Happy Thursday. Bust
Yeah,
down, Pantheonas. What's going on? Let the chat fill up there. Another Thursday, another stream. We're gonna kick it off tonight with myself and Blues House. We done kicked Darius and Chill up out of here, man. We rearranging things. You know what I'm saying? We had
rearrange.
to
Right.
refresh the talent on the panel. What's
That's
going
right.
on? What's going on? Appreciate it. Felix, what up? Lawrence, what up? Bust down. Yes, sir. Um, lot on the docket. Lot on the docket tonight. Wonder Man, man, Secret War splitting up, Superman stuff,
Mhm.
recast T'Challa's back on everybody's mind, as always.
It
Apple
should be.
made a purchase this week, or was it today or
Mhm.
yesterday?
Yesterday.
Another IP. Man, see, so a lot on the docket tonight, folks. How we feeling this Thursday? Blue, how you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good. 43 of them things, man. 43 sunrise or
Hey,
sun rotations, man.
talk about it. So listen,
Yeah, man.
we really got a real ninja holiday. We
Yeah,
really got one. January 29th.
that's
We
right.
had we could only do it this way with
Gotcha.
with with two members of the real nigga holiday club.
Real holiday club.
It's just us and Oprah. And you told me Andre Reed. I didn't even know about
Andre
Andre
Reed.
Reed.
It's crazy, man. And shout out to Andre Reed. When I found out about it, I posted it. And he hit me. This was like years back. So every year we would communicate and just tell each other
Wow.
happy birthday, man, because we got the same last name. My last name Reed, his last name Reed. So, and he was one of my favorite Buffalo Bills growing up. It just,
That's crazy.
it just all fell in place, man. So shout out to him. I was like, man, let me see if I can get Oprah on the docket. Let me see if I get Oprah to hit
Man.
me
Oh, let me. Hey, you ever know we was birthday twins? So yeah, shout out
right.
to the birthday twin stream here on
Yeah.
Pantheon this
Mm-hmm.
Thursday. You know,
Yeah.
hope you had a good time. You know what I'm saying? Hope you spent your day well.
Yeah, I tried to get away from the cold, but wasn't no escaping, man. I went down south, down to Daytona. Me and the missus kicked it
Okay,
down there.
yeah,
Um, just got back probably about 30 minutes ago, but it wasn't necessarily cold down there, but it wasn't Daytona weather. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
No, not typically. I wouldn't think so in January, but I mean, it's nicer than what we experienced it up here for
Oh yeah,
sure.
most def. Like I said,
Uh,
I don't know how
I
y'all
know
do
y'all
it.
be on our backs about eating on the stream. And I'm about to get my break. I'm getting my dinner here in a little bit, so y'all gonna
Getting
have
it
to bear
delivered,
with
my dinner
me. Y'all,
delivered. That's right.
y'all gonna have to bear with me. I'm here spending time with y'all and not eating my birthday dinner. So
Mhm.
just we gonna get through it together.
Yeah, get it, man.
Um,
No
so
flags on the play today. It's your birthday, man. No, there ain't no
right,
fouls.
you,
No
you know what I'm
nothing.
saying? Yeah, yeah. Let me breathe. You
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying? I want Chill to let me talk about being a Black American. I want him to let me go on a John Stewart tyrant a rant. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
I'm getting them all off the night, baby.
get
We
them
doing
off.
it big.
Get him. I forgot Chill don't like Jon Stewart.
Nah, he's not a fan.
Chill be coming with some wild takes,
He
man.
don't like John.
Wild.
Well, I get it on principle because he's a non-derivative character guy, right? But like he don't leave enough of a door for there to be a success, even for a derivative
Oh,
character. Like
derivative.
it's
I
already
mean,
been proven, though. Like it's been
right.
proven that they could be popular. It's just that's not the route that you want to take. It could be popular even still, right? You got John Stewart, you got Miles Morales. Those are even got Riri Williams to a certain degree, like that those
Yeah,
are proven
I
concepts.
guess with me, when I look at John Stewart isn't the derivative as a Miles Morales is the derivative, right? John
Uh,
Stewart is he on the police force or the army or what, you know what I'm saying? He's like
sure,
in a
sure,
space army.
sure.
You know what I mean? So yeah, Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern, right?
Mhm.
But they're all Green Lanterns. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
feel like it's the same because there's so many people who have worn that spider suit. It's kind of a fraternity in itself,
nah,
right?
because
Like
Peter
like
Parker,
like when we can get all the way down the list to Mary Jane in the suit. It's kind of
we
it's
can't.
kind of
But
the
that's
same.
that's a thing modern wise. I think that's like a like mantle swapping and mantle passing, I think is more so a modern thing nowadays. And for some reason, they want to make that a thing. Like, oh, anybody can be Black Panther, anybody could be Spider-Man. That takes away from what it means to be Spider-Man.
That's a fact.
To me, John Stewart being Green Lantern don't take nothing away from Kyle, Hal, or Guy, or any of them, because
they're already a core. Because you already know you got.
Yeah, it's other Green. It was other Green Lanterns before Kyle. There was no other. There was no other Spider-Man before Peter Parker got bit by the damn spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a specific thing that made Peter Parker Spider-Man. With Kyle and
not according to Marvel's multiplication, baby. It's plenty of Spider-Man.
Well, now it is.
Yeah, now it is. Don't blame me. Don't shoot the messenger. I ain't doing it.
I'm not shooting you. I'm just saying.
I'm talking to Mike. I'm talking to Road Comics. Shout out. Shout out to Connecticut.
I remember when it was Spider-Man 2099 was a big thing when it came out in the 90s, right? And even everybody out there, okay, that's 2099. That's in the future. Cool. Peter Parker ain't around no more. Something a little different happens. We get him. But Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And now, hate to say it, Miles ain't Spider-Man. Miles is Miles Morales. You know what I'm saying? Who was just happened to be bitten by the same spider that was bitten. You know what I'm saying? Because Peter Parker was Spider-Man in that continuity.
So to the point of taking his name away from him, I feel like we only have that delineation because John Stewart is like you said, in the army. Like, it's not in the nature of the character for John Stewart to not be derivative. Like, in its nature, it's the same exact thing because John Stewart was created third, right? And he was created as the quote unquote POC character in his latency. So we can't disassociate the other factors that link up Miles and John Stewart, other than the fact they part of like a lineage or part of a mantle. Yeah, it's a lot of similarities. And I think, again, it's not the preferred avenue of getting Black faces in comic properties, obviously. Even still, just like most of the situations Black people have been situated in on this earth, we find a way to make it work, and not just make it work, exemplify it, make it popular, turn it into something that other people aspire to be. You know what I mean? Like John Stewart on the tier of DC characters, I don't think he's at the upper echelon, but he for sure ain't at the bottom.
Who, John Stewart?
John Stewart, yeah, he for sure ain't at the bottom.
John Stewart probably is. If you do top 5 or top 10, John Stewart might be top 5.
Top 10, yeah, top 10. I can easily see him.
If you did top because it's DC has got some great characters, and I think that's one thing that they have over Marvel. They got like great. They
have titans, bro. They have gods. Yeah. They have literal gods.
You know what I'm saying? But I think John Stewart would probably be 5. I think John Stewart would be 5. I think you can go Batman. Matter of fact,
you can go 5.
Yeah, I think you can go 5.
That's tough. That's tough.
I think you can go 5. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash. I think John Stewart is over Aquaman and Green Lantern. I mean Green Lantern and
I think you would catch a little bit of beef on your if that's somebody else's favorite. Like if Guy Gardner is your guy,
I think you
might catch some smoke.
It's some wiggle room in there. I'm just saying, I think there's an argument for him being 5 in a
now.
Top
We talking about characters, or we just talking about good guys, faces,
like the face of DC, like especially growing up, especially the kids who grew up watching Justice League.
So you would take John Stewart over characters like Dr. Fate or Dr. Manhattan or what's some other?
Yeah, because if I showed
Captain Atom,
yeah, if I showed somebody John Stewart and I showed somebody Dr. Fate and I said who is who, I guarantee you they would name John Stewart.
Oh, he's definitely got more facial recognition for sure. What about Cyborg?
Him and Cyborg is probably neck and neck, but Cyborg
don't get like Cyborg is in there. I don't think
Cyborg doesn't get the shine because he's not on the heavy. Like they put him on, he had to graduate from Teen Titans to be, I was about to say an Avenger, a Justice Leaguer. You know what I'm saying? So but I wouldn't be mad if somebody said, nah, I like Cyborg over John Stewart. I wouldn't be mad at that. Especially with the Teen Titans cartoon and all of that and people seeing that. But on a big scheme of things, if you're a comic book reader, I think John Stewart is hell. They made him the Lantern of Lanterns in the books and in like the main continuity. Like he's the guy who he don't need to even use a ring to make constructs and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like him. So
yeah, but they've done similar things for Miles, right? Like they've given Miles, he can turn invisible. He has electric powers.
yeah.
Like, they've done similar thing for Miles too. And look, hold on. You ain't gonna push me in square in the chill box. I'm not there. I understand some of the logic of it though, but I do leave the room for Miles and John Stewart to be, who they are in what they've been to the viewing public, to the customers.
Well, see,
I'm not separating them two though. I think that they are in lockstep.
The reason I separate the two is because I look at Miles as his own person. I don't look at him as a Spider-Man derivative.
As a Spider-Man, his name is Spider-Man. Like he don't have no other name. He's Spider-Man.
When you go by the book, it says Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Yeah, but he's all up to that thing, and on every other property calling himself Spider-Man.
Marcus, if we got rid of Spider-Man in the title and just ran it as Miles Morales, nothing would stop.
No. It says Miles Morales on the books. I'll give you that. Right. On the comics,
it says Miles like he don't even have a secret identity.
I'm saying though, the comics are not the most propagated property for Miles Morales no more. It's the films, it's the video games,
it's the image. Yeah,
and how are they marketing him in the films and the video games? They are calling him Spider-Man. Even to the point where he has conversations with Peter in the game, and Peter calling him Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah. But I think they're doing that because of what you're saying. Like they want it to be like two Spider-Man, and it is a derivative. I want y'all to understand he's a derivative of Peter Parker. I'm saying I think Miles is dope enough, good enough to stand on his own without even having that Spider. See, I think I'm giving him bigger than a derivative. Miles has come out the gate. Miles has become popular enough to where he stands on his own next to Peter. You see what I'm saying? Like he don't have to have that Spider-Man name attached to Miles Morales. I don't think he does.
John doesn't have that? Are you saying?
Right. They call John Stewart. They don't call him Green Lantern. They call him John Stewart.
Right. So then they similar. They
the same. Similarity. Yeah. I said the similarity. Yeah, okay. I'm just saying John is less of a derivative because of the core thing. That's all.
It feels like a technicality. It feels like a technicality. It feels like some plot shield. Yeah. Okay. I'll take that. If we can meet on the fact that that's just protective plot, then we good.
It's like I said, it's like being in the army. If all y'all sergeant such and such, you know what I'm saying? Then
it's bound to be a blackface in here somewhere.
Right, it's bound to be a blackface.
Let's see here. We'll see. Appreciate the birthday wishes. Thank you very much. Trying to ascend to the mantle of Chillmonger. Don't play with me, Mike. I will head up to Connecticut. Let's see here. Happy birthday. Appreciate it. Oh, boy, Profess. January birthday brothers. Absolutely. January birthday club.
Oh, Professor birthday in January too?
That's what he said. Fellow January birthday. When all the Spider-Men are together and fighting an enemy, they can't even use code names because all the niggas are named Spider-Man. I prefer Miles Morales. Spider-Man, which one? That's where the meme came from. That's where the meme came from. Nah, appreciate you. Appreciate you. I think we got a super. Hold on. Let me before I'm over here reading comments and stuff.
Bitch better have my money. Lay down, call me on my blood. Pay me what you want it.
My bad. I'm not very fast. I am Too Fly Cam with the $2. We appreciate it. Happy B-Day, Marcus. Many more to you. I appreciate it. Cam, thank you. Thank you very much.
Indeed. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Let's get back over here.
JD Informant Wilder. Not the short bus squad. No slander on the birthday, man. Not on the birthday.
Yeah. You done came in here with all that energy. Don't get put in jail.
Not on the birthday.
See here. If I catch you in Rome, Italy, it's on site. Oh, damn. Y'all got beef in the chat?
I don't. Is he talking to one of us?
I don't know. I don't even be in Italy, so you can't be talking to me. Happy birthday, fam. I appreciate you. Fly, Johnny Dogsworth. I seen your comment about Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. I might be there with you, brother. They have the next 2 episodes to convince me I should keep watching this shit because I'm not
That
about to
is
just
Seven
stick
Kingdoms.
around.
Oh
Yeah.
man, because I read the book. It's not bad. Some of the dumb stuff that they
Is it
doing
lined up? Like, are they? Is it a 1-to-1 or?
for the most part. For the most part, it's a wonder. It's some, they take some liberties and stuff like the shitting on that first episode was stupid. The full
The
frontal
old man
lobe,
walking to take the
yeah,
piss, and we just got to
that
see.
was
Hey,
dumb for no
listen,
reason.
I get the whole reverse feminism. Like, listen, we show
Yeah,
women's titties
right,
and their
right. And
privates for so many years. But look, bro, I'm not showing up for that. I'm just telling you, I'm not
yeah,
about to
yeah,
keep.
I'm with you
Don't
on
turn
that.
this
When I
shit into
saw
the
that, I was like,
boys
why
because I'm gonna
y'all?
peace out.
Yeah, because
I'm
I
gonna
was like,
peace out.
that's not needed. Why did they didn't have to do that?
It don't
They
have
didn't
nothing to do with the story.
have to do that.
It just be happening.
But no, it's a good. I'm gonna tell you this. It's a Game of Thrones story because it's you get the families in it. But excuse me, if you don't watch it, then you just don't watch it. I don't necessarily think you would miss anything more so relevant, but it's gonna start heating up. It's gonna start heating up.
It better.
It's gonna
It
start
better
heating up.
because even beyond the gross shit that they had going on, like
Mm.
it's lacking in stakes right now. It feels like a depression story, feels like a grief story
Yeah,
very early on. I'm sure that's purposeful, and I am trusting of the properties because it's been like this before. However, the storytelling in the last 2 series elevated the stakes so much quicker,
I
and
think
so
because the POV is just one character, and in the
appreciate
books,
you. Thank you.
that the POV of the character is all thoughts. So with this, he's speaking his thoughts out loud because in the book it's and if it was like a comic book, all of the dialogue would be thought bubble because he
Yeah,
is an idiot. Like, well, yeah, he's slow. He's slow, big slow. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's shot fine. Everything
Mhm.
looks all right. They not leaving Starbucks cups on the set and shit. But
Hopefully they learn.
they, yeah, I was about to say I think they learned from all that. It's just, first of all, the combination of it being slow in 30 minutes is baffling. Now,
Mm.
you gonna be slow in plot. Okay, give me a lot, like fill in gaps of information that we in a new time period, right? So
Yeah.
fill in some of the historical gaps that we don't have. What has changed geographically? Like, what is the kingdoms like? What's the state of the ruling families? Like, give me some lay of the land. And that is part of what you're talking about, that like
Mm.
we're only seeing one POV versus
Right.
the other shows we bounce around to
Bounce
people, we get
around.
to see
Mhm.
different parts of the kingdoms. Even still, I feel like we could be doing more to build out a part in this history that we're unfamiliar with.
Yeah.
And they're also only giving us 35 minutes to
Yeah.
take all this in too. So
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like it's
I'm
fulfilling
definitely
right
not
now.
mad at that critique. I would say if you hadn't read, because it's a novella, it's not like a big, it's like a novella. So it's
Mhm.
a story within the greater scheme of Game of Thrones. Like I said, just dealing with one character's POV. And that assessment that you're making is not a bad assessment. You know what I'm saying? Somebody coming in and saying, "Come on, man, what are we doing here? I'm used to where the dragons at, where the sword play, where's the what I'm saying, the
I mean,
dash."
and you know what? I know dragons is all but gone now, so I
Right.
understand that.
Mhm.
But still, it just felt like there was more angst on the story at that point.
Three three should
What up, Darius?
what up, Darius? Three should open up. If they do it, I was a little mad the way it ended because I was like, where's the I don't want to give nothing away, but I'm like, where's the catalyst for what's supposed to break
Robson, what
everything
up?
off at? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Well,
Yep.
one of the catalysts, because it's like 2 catalysts that actually gets the story moving. But it's
Yeah,
the
and
first
I roughly know this. I kind of know where they're going with this. I know the little
Mhm.
boy is a huge part of this.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm waiting for him to either be seen or realized by somebody be called out, and so Dunk is forced to ask questions about why this little boy up my ass.
But
But
Dunk so damn he's so
he
damn
dunks.
dense.
Yeah, he's very dunce. What up, Darius? What's going on?
Not much. What's going on?
Same old shit, brother. Another year around the sun, you know.
That's right. Another year.
Yes, sir. Happiest birthday.
Appreciate you. We have talked about Wonder Man. No, we didn't talk about Wonder Man.
We
What
ain't talked about nothing yet. We ain't even started.
We talk about nothing really. We just talked. We was just talking about Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and we said we was talking about something before that, and I don't remember now.
Shit, I don't remember.
It's Blue birthday too, y'all. We birthday 20. Y'all must have missed the first couple minutes of the stream.
Yeah,
it's a real ninja holiday, and we celebrate.
Real ninja holiday.
There are a lot of birthdays in January.
Just the real ones.
Yeah, just the real ones.
Only the
ones that matter.
I think me and if he's in here, DJF and Nice, I think we either share it or his is a day after mine. Mine is the 8th. Mine was at the beginning of the month.
Yeah, yours coming up, ain't it there?
That's where we're at. John
no,
Stewart.
mine passed.
It wasn't
mine was the 8th.
That's what it was. Yeah, we were talking John Stewart. That's what we were talking about.
John Stewart.
But shit, I'm ready to get into it. Chill ain't coming.
He'll be with us shortly, I'm sure.
Okay. You know, I want to kick
lagging a little bit behind
in the head a little bit.
Yeah, you want to start with Wonder Man? What you want to talk about?
Yeah, we can start with Wonder Man. Yeah, so the reviews on Wonder Man, everybody has been weirdly saying, oh, it's great, it's this, it's that. And I only say weirdly because I watched the show. And it is abysmal. It's abysmal. And people in the chat, if you liked it, that's great on you. I watched it and I want my time back, really, more than anything. And it's not, and really, when I say I watched it as I was doing something else, as I was on the go. So I was watching it while I was on my phone watching it while I was in the car and all this kind of stuff. Like, so
you exactly who Matt Damon and Ben Affleck was talking about. You them.
Well, for this project, I'll be them, because this was awful. I don't know how we go 8 episodes, or how you even pitch this to Yahya Abdul-Mateen and say, yeah, we're doing this thing, the superhero show in the MCU and blah, 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 blah. How you pitch a superhero show without the superhero in the show is beyond me. And when I say without the superhero, I'm not saying without Wonder Man. Of course, he's there. There's no powers. There's no fighting. There's no villain. There's no nothing. We are simply watching a meta experience of this dude audition for the role of fucking Wonder Man. The entire show. It's an audition. Now I knew that's what it was, but I didn't think the entire show, it was going to be each episode he's closer and closer to the role, and then the 8th episode, you know how the other MCU shows, like, oh, the 8th episode they'll get their powers, they'll get their suit. Well, he did that, but the 8 episodes he finally got the role. It's like, so we set 7 episodes, because one episode ain't got shit to do with him.
Right.
We set 7 episodes for this. For this.
We should have had Darius on the show last night.
Man, it's awful. It is really, really, really awful. At no point did I have any urge to want to see Wonder Man again. At no point did I think to myself, is Wonder Man gonna be in Doomsday? At no point did I think to myself, Yahya is great. As a matter of fact, I like Yahya as an actor. He irritated the fuck out of me as Simon. His portrayal as Simon was annoying. Simon himself was annoying. It was just, and it wasn't like, oh, you're hating, or you didn't like the shows, therefore you didn't like Simon. No, the character was annoying. He's annoying. Yeah. Like he kept, like, I get that's what they were trying to go for, the asshole annoying, trying to perfect things and pick at the
he wasn't an asshole. He was unassuming. He was unconfident, and he was insecure about everything that he did. About his powers, about his acting ability.
I didn't like the bumbling. I didn't like that.
Like, damn, man, we just can't stand up straight in this studio, can we? We just can't be here
Yeah,
with our chest out and be
I
superheroes even.
I understand it. Like you said, I think and I tweeted, I said, I don't know who Yaya was playing because it wasn't Simon Williams, but he did a hell of a job of whoever that character was in that TV, you know what I'm saying, in that series. He did a hell of a job. But that wasn't Simon Williams, that wasn't Wonder Man he was playing. That was Yaya playing a struggling actor who was trying to get the gig of being Wonder Man. What I hate is the meta, everything wants to be meta. Everything got to be meta commentary. But then when it's time to really get meta, you know what I'm saying, about the real shit that's going on, they pull back from it.
Mm-hmm.
Racism don't exist. We can't do anything if it's too touching in reality. COVID.
You got to do better, Senator.
Right. If Israel is happening and all that, we can't touch on that, but we're gonna do some meta shit about Simon Williams being an actor. You know, like who the fuck cares? Like, what this shit got to do with Doomsday?
And brother, here's the thing ting if I sat down not knowing shit about this character, I left not knowing shit about this character,
not knowing a goddamn thing about that character.
Nothing about it.
They did a shit. I think I said by the 3rd or 4th episode, they are doing such a shit job. Thank God I know what his power set is. But again, if I didn't know, I still don't know. What is his power? What does he do? They didn't do a good job of conveying that. They didn't do a good job of showing that. All I got from him, if I'm a casual viewer, don't know who he is, I'm equating him to Soldier Boy from The Boys. He just blows shit up. He gets upset, gets angry, and then blows shit up. Because that's all he did. He blew up 2 buildings in an oven.
He ain't fight nobody. Didn't fight us. Oh no, he did. He fought outside the bar. I forgot about that.
Man, that was some bullshit. They had us thinking the Grim Reaper was gonna be in this.
Hey, what the fuck? Well, I said that last night. What the fuck happened to the Grim Reaper? Because dude was in. He was there. His brother, the actor they casted. So y'all just lied. Did y'all just lie?
And I was trying to figure out the whole time. Okay, so when does this nigga go Reaper?
Yeah, when did he just go crazy?
I'm like, what is going on?
He about to pop out on the reporter. He gonna pop out at the cookout. He gonna do something.
Nah,
man, it was awful. It was awful.
Nah,
Yaya should feel. I mean, if he's great, hey man, it was awful.
So to say something that y'all haven't seen, y'all can click up some of these comments while I'm talking, I guess. I will say to the overall quality of the show, right? It was shot fine. I felt like I talked to Blue last night about it. I think the score improved a lot as it went on. I thought they wasn't really doing themselves any favors in the first 2 episodes with all that, like, hey, let's go to the fucking circus ass music, the whimsical stuff. But it improved, and it especially in more tenser spots, or if you could even call it that for this series, because there wasn't much stakes here other than, like Darius said, in the interview process for Simon Williams. But I did think as a show, if this ain't have nothing to do with superheroes or the MCU, this show probably would have got some decent buzz, and it would have went over well with some people, because like it's about Hollywood, and people love to dream about being in that world, right? They love to see their dreams played out on screen. As a superhero product, as a piece in the MCU, right? It is absolute dog water, and I don't. It doesn't feel like they tried even to make a superhero show. It felt like all the stuff that y'all are talking about, the meta conversations, the day in the life of an actor in Hollywood, a struggling actor, all of that stuff was the main plot, and the superheroism of it all was the B-roll. That was the side plot. You know, that was the stuff to fill in between us going to do these fucking auditions. And I can't really wrap my head around that, how that cleared the cutting board, because what are we doing here? Like here in the MCU at Marvel Studios, what are we doing here? It's not about whether or not it's a good show or a bad show, right? Because it's gonna touch different people differently. I would give it about an average score of about a 6 or 7 from what I've seen from people, you know, online and hearing, you know, talking to y'all about it. It's right there in the middle. It's what we would used to call mid, and people all understood what that meant.
It's
right?
Carmelo
Actual
Anthony
mid.
jump shot. It's a Carmelo
Real
Anthony
mid.
jump shot. That's what it is.
Well, first of all, don't disrespect Melo. But
Nah, Melo is the midi.
oh, you talking about the midi? You talking about the midi? Yeah, yeah. Okay, my bad. But no, but what are they doing though? We are the comic book studio. Why are we making stuff that's for the art houses? Why are we making stuff that's gonna pop up that's trying to vie for a Golden Globe or some shit? Like, and then to your point, Darius, if you're Yahya Abdul-Mateen, how the fuck did they pitch this to you? Break it down to me. Talk to me like I'm a fourth grader and tell me what they said to you that you was like, yes, I'm about to stick with this shit. I'm gonna stick through it through delays. I'm gonna stick through it through, writer strikes. You know what I mean? I was going to be a tax write-off, but then, I was with Destiny and I really fought for it to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Walk me through how all of that felt like that was like this was about to be your moment or your coming out party. First of all, you already did that. You already did that with Dr. Manhattan way back when, like 2017. Why did you take this role? I don't understand it. I don't get it. I really don't. Because you got a chance to play a superhero and you let them turn you into, but what was the movie I was talking about last night? Birdman.
Yeah.
You Birdman. You was Birdman. Like, if you would have told me that Simon, we said this last night too, if Simon was like dreaming or he was in some fucking facility doing all this shit in his head and none of that shit really happened, it would completely line up with what Wonder Man was. And
it would have been fire.
I'm very close, and I'm not even trying to. I'm just reading some of the comments. I'm close to crashing out. I really am.
I'm reading the comments too, Derek.
I'm close to crashing out because I think y'all think I'm trying to figure out what time period we're in or what era of Marvel you think we're in.
Holy shit.
When did we go from projects like Infinity War, Civil War, Captain America 2, Iron Man, the Guardians trilogy? How did we go from projects like that, Thor Ragnarok, projects like that, and regarding those as top tier Marvel, to now we're looking at projects like Wonder Man and saying, oh no, you just didn't get what they were doing. Oh no, you didn't understand this, or oh no, you just want to complain about this, or you're telling me I'm missing the point. I think y'all are missing the point. It is a superhero show.
What we here for, y'all?
Show. I'm not here for all the complaining y'all did with Thunderbolts about, oh, if it's a study of depression. Then what the fuck was Wonder Man? What was Wonder Man? I didn't watch Thunderbolts for the depression study. I'm not watching Wonder Man because I care about him auditioning for fucking movie roles. I reversed the question on y'all. You're telling me I didn't get it. No, you didn't get what universe we're in. We're in a superhero universe where at any moment some crazy shit can happen. But we're following a motherfucker for 7 episodes auditioning for a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So no. And then Kevin Davis, brother, I don't.
Leave Kevin Davis out. You already know what Kevin Davis deal is.
Nah, just Kevin Davis, man.
I just don't understand why he's here. I don't understand why he comes in here every week. Every week you tell us we're complaining. We don't get it. We just say, what the fuck are you here for, my guy?
You know what he here for. He here for this.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, it's a Darius Crash Out channel somewhere, and it's a Kevin Davis compilation. He running it up. He running them YouTube
monetize. There's Crash Out monetize.
No, I'm with you, bro. I don't really understand who this was supposed to serve, other than the people in the studio. Like,
oh my God.
Yeah, I don't think. Hold on. I don't like Darius said. I don't think y'all get it. We understand Simon is an actor. I get it. Marvel is a superhero comic book movie company. That's what it is.
Why we gotta keep saying that though?
That's what it is.
So you tell me, if Doomsday comes out in December and we do some bullshit like we did for 7 episodes for 3 hours, are y'all gonna come out saying, "Oh, you just didn't get it"? If Dr. Doom sits down with the X-Men and says, "Hey, let's work through our problems. Let's talk this shit out. Are y'all gonna say, "Oh, that was that cinema"?
Bravo. That's cinema there.
Get
A
out
big
of here.
fucking if Sam is there leading a fucking round table of therapy sessions, all the fucking doomsday, y'all gonna be cool with that shit?
Man, get the fuck out of here. I want to see motherfuckers hitting each other. I want to see laser beams. I want to see claws. I want to see motherfuckers getting knocked 30 feet into concrete. I don't want to see people sitting down working out their feelings. I can go to watch Netflix shows for that.
Was mad at Eric Banner's Hulk that came out because it wasn't Hulk enough, and they was mad about that shit. Oh, they're doing too much about his dad and all of this shit. We want to see him rip trees and blow shit up, but y'all cool with this shit. Like, I don't understand the fandom anymore. I just don't understand the fandom.
Hey, I don't want to hear shit else about a movie that because see, a lot of people shit on Thunderbolts. I don't think Thunderbolts is fantastic, but it's one of the better things, in my opinion, that they had put out in a long time.
Right.
So I don't want to hear shit else. If Fantastic Four don't do shit for 10 minutes, or but for 10 minutes and fighting Galactus, I don't want to hear shit. It was too boring. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. The next movie that comes, if it's boring, I don't want to hear it. Accept it, because you accepted Wonder Man and you love it, so love the rest of the shit too.
Yeah, love that shit.
We gonna take a couple woosahs. We're gonna hit these super chats up real fast. You know what I'm saying? Pull your earlobe. We'll be right back. Oh yeah. Appreciate the birthday wishes and the $10, Lawrence. Thank you. Appreciate you. Hold on, one more. What we got?
Doing all these shows, I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind.
$2 from Jay the Informant. Personally, I never supported the show. Damn shame. Yep. I would take that. Take the $2. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for your gifts and donations. Gifts and donations. Thank you, brother. Thank you. So yeah, that's Wonder Man, man. If y'all liked it, I don't like it, but we can still be cool. You know what I'm saying? We can rock out. It's all good.
Wonder Man is boring.
I just don't know who it serves. I don't know who it serves, but is he coming back? Are we getting more Wonder Man?
No,
y'all had some of y'all in the chat had the nerve to shit on Agatha. Agatha runs octagons around this show.
I hate to
honestly
say it.
I prefer Ironheart to this. I thought Ironheart was better.
They shitted on Ironheart, but love this shit.
I love this.
I don't get it. I do not get it. I don't get it. You talking about a character study? At least you got a character study and some superhero shit in Ironheart. You ain't even get.
Oh man, I promise.
At least Ironheart was black in more ways than just having a cookout at Mama's house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, didn't even represent.
like we was black in more ways than just having a cookout at Mama's house. You know, but you know how they are with telling those kind of stories.
And this also, sorry, I didn't mean to click that off of there.
Oh no, go ahead. You got it. Go ahead, take it.
This what? Who?
Hopefully, under the stewardship of the Russos, Marvel will be better. Hey, no. Now this is where y'all meet, right? Because this is what y'all be thinking is about to happen with Doomsday.
Hold on. I know, but he's saying under the stewardship, like what's under the steward? Doomsday and Secret Wars is under the stewardship of the Russos, and rumored wise, maybe even the Mutant Saga. The MCU as a whole is not under the stewardship of the Russos. It is still under Kevin Feige.
That's a fact.
So it's like I think a lot of people think too with Doomsday, like, ooh, Marvel's out of the woods. No, they're not. With Secret Wars, they're not out of the woods. Even if those are knocks out of the park, they are not out of the woods. They got a long way to go.
Let's move into that. Let's move into Secret Wars potentially splitting up. What does that say? Like, what is that signal? I didn't really know how to make sense of it when I first heard the news. So I wanted to get on to talk with somebody about it. What do y'all think that says about about where they're at, that they're already planning a part 2? Does that show confidence? Does it show that the movie's done? What do you think you got going on?
I mean, I believe it's because they don't know. Like I told you, they don't know how to get out of this shit. They do not know how to get out of the multiverse. They don't know how to end it, and they don't know how to start whatever the next situation is. Right? Not to go back to Wonder Man, but is Wonder Man a mutant? You know what I'm saying? Who is mutants? Who is not? Why aren't we populating the people's minds with mutants and start getting this thing rolling so we can just exit Secret Wars and go right into the mutant saga, whatever the hell they want to do?
Yeah.
You know, it's a bold strategy, Scott Cotton. You know what I mean? Hope it works. I don't have the faith in the Russos that everybody has. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see, man.
I think the task is too tall. Like the ask is too big. You're asking them to retcon everything. You're asking them to put a bandage over 5 years now of lackluster storytelling and even more lackluster product on the screen, on the small screen and the silver screen. And you asking them to overcome that with a greatly written story by itself, as if there is no other competition on the landscape. And it's like, so to me, if they're splitting up Doom or Secret Wars, there's no way that they're done with the movie.
Right.
So they're either changing the narrative of what they currently or they had planned originally, or something's holding it up. And so they have to condense maybe the first couple of acts of the movie into one movie to give them time to work out whatever is holding them up for the actual third act that they want to get to.
They need
either one of those things can be true. But I think if it's the latter, that something is holding them up, that's a little bit more confident position to be in terms of a fan, because this means like they have something big planned and they want to make sure that they get it in there, so they're taking their time. If it's just a shit of, oh, well, we changing the narrative again, that goes against everything you just did with these trailers. That goes against everything you just did with them chair presentations. Really, it goes against most of the marketing you've done. The marketing that you've done so far shows confidence, shows that you believe in whatever story you get ready to tell. But pivoting, I think that's at least the posture. I mean, that's the posture.
The reason I asked that is because Russo's come on and said, "Oh, this isn't a trailer; it's clues." You know what I'm saying?
Clues.
And you want to be all cryptic and shit. Now you got the doomsday clock counting down. Like, dog, we just want to know what the fuck going on. Like, what is going on so we can get some excitement to come into this film. You know what I'm saying?
I think with Secret Wars, I don't think it's more so that they have. I don't think it's another film. I don't think it's like a thing where they're saying, okay, now let's write this other film. No. I think what it is, my opinion. I think what it is, I think it's they are going to split, because I've long since said, even when it was announced, there's no possible way you can do Secret Wars in one film. That would be a very long film. Now, yeah, you can MCU makeshift it to, like you did Civil War, and condense it down and do whatever, to make it fit the 2-3 hours or whatever. But that's such a large. You're talking Marvel's biggest comic event. That's such a during that time, during during Hickman's run of Secret Wars. Mm-hmm. Even when you were reading comics outside of Secret Wars, it was happening within a battle world. Like, so it was so large. Like that was a huge story to tell. I don't think you can do that in a movie. I think they're going to take whatever they filmed and probably split it in two. Because at one point, rumors were saying that Secret Wars was 4 hours. What they filmed, or what they have gotten, or what they thought about.
Should be, but that makes me feel
normal. But that's normal.
That makes me feel worse. If you're just splitting it because you're scared of making a 4-hour movie, that don't really feel like something that you need to do. Like that feels like Zack Snyder.
But I also think they're doing it to. Well, first they're trying to gauge what does Doomsday do. If Doomsday does good, then let's split Secret Wars up and da. Because I think what they're trying to do is
yourself right now. Okay, we're like, that's some Supergirl shit. That's some That's a Mandu Grogu Lucasfilm shit. That is not. That doesn't feel right to me. Let's see what Doomsday's gonna do so that we can prepare ourselves from Secret Wars. Hold on now. Like if we can't hit on this,
Marcus,
what
I
do we?
told you that
feels
brand,
shaky to me.
They hurting over there. I've been trying to tell people, even if what Darius is saying is true about, hey, let's see what Secret Wars is doing, and we can make adjustments. You know what I'm saying? Or we're going to make adjustments and split it up into two. That's what if Doomsday bombs? What if it doesn't do? And I don't think it's gonna bomb. But when I say bomb, like it does 6. You know what I'm saying? What if it does 6? What if it limps across 7?
You're in trouble.
You in trouble. Now you're coming in with another 2 films that's probably gonna do the same thing. That's just showing diminishing returns, which is what they've been getting for the past 3-4 years now. Diminishing returns. So I just think, even for them to announce it, whether it was officially announced or whether it was leaked that it's going to be 2, you don't let stuff like that get out into the world yet until you got a solid foundation and say, all right, we need to go ahead and split Secret Wars up into 2 films.
Well, they leak like a sieve over there. They got.
See, and I'm the opposite. I don't think, as I've said from the start, I do not think Doomsday or Secret Wars are going to bomb. I think that I think they both. I've said they're going to cross a bill.
Oh, we can talk about that too, Darius. I'm gonna go ahead though.
Yeah. I think they're both definitely going to get that bill. Because as I've said many times, and like kind of what Chris Hemsworth just said in his most recent interview, Doomsday is catering not only to the new MCU fans or people that joined during the Infinity Saga or whatever, people that comic book fans, whatever. It's also catering to old MCU or Marvel movie fans by pulling in, the X-Men and all these other people, blah, blah, blah. I think with Secret Wars being split in 2, if they do decide to split it in 2, I think they're splitting it based upon the reactions to Doomsday. And they're doing that not because of a lack of confidence in what they have, but more so to string the audience, us along, to keep us wanting more. Because if we watch Secret Wars and it ends on like a note that Infinity War ended on, and we're like, oh shit, without, blah, 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 you're going to have the regular, at least movie going audience being like, oh, I cannot wait until, and I don't think you do it a year apart. I think you do it maybe, I don't know, like a 6-monther or something like that. Where you drop it. Let's say if you dropped Secret Wars Part 1 in the winter, you drop, I don't know, maybe in the spring, summer, the next of the, or fall. Would that be fall?
Yeah.
Fall of but I don't say don't use that. I would use summertime to drop your next one, and then keep people talking, keep people wanting. If it even does that, I'm saying that if it's one of those things where people are that engaged, where it is that Infinity War time again, and people are theory crafting on YouTube and da 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 da, we gotta wait to see that.
So 2 things. First thing, I guess we can take this in parts. What do you think about the potential of Dune this December having a 3-week run on IMAX, an exclusive run on IMAX, at the same time that Doomsday is premiering? So now we've conceded the premium screenings to Doom 3 for 3 weeks in December.
I thought that was a bit why? Because in my opinion, and I don't know, this is just me, if I'm Marvel, we have and I'm arguing this, we have the bigger film. Fuck you. I'm not putting my Doomsday film behind Dune on the IMAX theater. We have the bigger film.
You know what it is, though? It's Legendary's relationship with IMAX. Legendary, when they was going through the pandemic, Legendary was the only one out there outwardly fighting for the theaters. Like, no, we still need to get these films in here, and so they paid a loyalty fee. Basically, is what it seems like.
And remember this, Doomsday was supposed to come out when? I'm pretty sure
now.
IMAX films.
Yeah, they moved it back about 6 months, and they landed on Dune's spot, thinking Dune's about to move.
Warner Brothers already had them spots ready to go. Those are ours, man. Everything else is everything the land touches. Like my man Mufasa said, everything the land touches is ours. You know what I'm saying?
So I hadn't seen this confirmed anywhere. It was I think it was a scoop. But if it's still on the IMAX schedule, then that's a good thing for Doomsday.
And to answer that, this is not confirmed. Neither is what you said earlier. I'm not piling on Eugene. Appreciate you.
No, for sure.
But not also what you said earlier is also not confirmed. Those are both rumors. It is a rumor right now that the Russo brothers are taking over the Mutant Saga. Marvel Studios has not announced any plans for the Russos. As a matter of fact, if you really want to get into the nitty-gritty of that, they are even blessed to have the Russos back, because during that time with Scarlett Johansson, they sided with Johansson. They were not going to come back. They had they had a fractured relationship between them and Disney. They kept their relationship with Feige, and that's ultimately probably what brought them back. But they were done with Marvel. They weren't doing anything else with Disney or Marvel. That's why they shit out the shitty movies they were shitting out.
I think Dune. I think having that Dune ain't. It's nothing to play with. I think people looking at Dune like it's chump, right? Like, I don't think Dune is chump. More Avengers might be the bigger film, but it's not by much. There, it's not by much. It's not by much. It's not. It's Dune 2 did what there? What did Dune 2 do?
I don't remember what Dune 2. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I saw it twice in IMAX.
Dune 2 did. I want to say it got close to 800. Dune 2. Dune 1 did like 4 something.
Wait a minute. Hold on, though. Okay, but what did Infinity War do? What did Endgame do?
But now, that was when.
I get it. I get it. Different era. This is not that era. This is not the. But I'm going to continue to argue this night, and this is where I wish Chill was here. Rarely wish Chill was here to argue with me or to be on my side. It's the title of the Avengers. You've got the X-Men. I'm telling you, it's. And I know you're saying, well, who are the Avengers? Who are this? They already showed you. Hey, brother,
this ain't that. There's this ain't
I'm about to say that. I think that Avengers title pool, I think that's dead. Now, you may still have something with the Russos. I'll concede to that. There is a noticeable bump with Russo content or just attention around the Russos. However, we have also seen a leveling off of their social impact as well, to be able to track how hyped the stuff actually is. Because if we're just dependent on views on social media, dog, He-Man already hit 20 million, and it's been out a third of the time that them Doomsday trailers is out. So like, if we just being fair, right?
Yeah.
Right. No, but see, I and I agree with that. I agree with what you're saying. I put Doomsday. Sorry, I put He-Man in the same category as Minecraft. It's one of those films that it's like, oh yeah, I gotta go see that.
I didn't
Especially
mean
if I
it to
grew
be
up
comparative. I meant in terms of what people are paying attention to, right?
That's what I mean, though. I'm not even meaning it to be comparative.
Okay.
I'm meaning it as like you are. People are like that's something
the social currency of it, like the social currency of it.
Yes. It's people want to go. Those films to me fall in a category of like that's a must see for a lot of people, because I don't know, they're just.
But it should be pacing. It should be pacing in front of an Avengers film.
I still don't think it's going. Now the trailer wise is one thing. When we sit down in theaters, I think that's going to be 2 completely different numbers.
Well, what I'm saying is we don't.
I think
we're all just speculating about box office right now. Anyways, we're almost a year out, right? So what I'm saying is, what evidence are we using right now to say that this thing is headed towards $1 billion? What measurable, what views can we ascertain? What hype? What measurable hype can we look at to be like, all right, it's going, it's on its way?
I don't know if I'm only going off of numbers that they have put out recently from those trailers. They've got over 1 billion views on those trailers.
But they don't though. And it only takes a cruise around all the discernible social media sites where people will actually be viewing this shit, unless they got the hundreds of millions of views over there at True Social. You know what I'm saying? To know that. you cruise Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, even with just those three, you can get you somewhere north of 200, 300 million views. But a billion? Where are they at? Where are people viewing this thing at? Right on this
You
app
saying
that we watching right now.
4 of them? Darius, you saying all 4 of the?
Yeah,
There's
that's what
an
they're
article out. There's an article out that says that they've crossed over 1 billion views total on the internet. Me and Josh sat down on the couch and hit anywhere where people be looking for Avengers
A lot
content,
of views, a billion.
and we barely got to 500 million. So I'm trying to figure out
And see,
where
and I
the
also,
other, you know,
I'll concede on
Another
that one.
500 million.
I'll concede on that.
Yeah,
one,
we was
'cause
on Facebook,
those
Twitter.
are numbers that they put out, and I'm just going off of what they said.
Mhm.
But this is
Yeah, no, for sure.
I'll also agree with what Eugene said. When that trailer drops during the Super Bowl, it's going to be a very different conversation, because I think that trailer, that's not going to be a story trailer. That's not going to be a thing where we're just like, oh, following some characters for a few minutes, and then it's like, oh,
Is that
okay.
confirmed? That's confirmed that Doomsday trailers dropping Super Bowl. They're gonna step on their own dope.
I don't know if it's not confirmed from Marvel Studios. This is still coming from the same people that told us that were accurate about the
teasers,
trailers, the teasers and things like that. So, if that trailer is indeed real, and it drops, I think it's going to change a lot of minds, because I think that's if we're to believe what these people have been saying, that's an action-packed trailer. That's showing Doom using his powers. That's showing the Avengers on their knees. That's showing.
It's gonna be a Wonder Man trailer.
So they better not do that. So it's
gonna be
I
Doom
think
screaming.
I think that it's they still got some time.
No, they have plenty of time. I just want to know what the plan is, because it feels like the plan is still in flux.
Oh, the plan is most definitely still in flux. But dropping the trailer before you drop a Spider-Man trailer and Spider-Man comes out in May, or when is it? May, June? Like, why?
That's not a them decision.
What's that?
That's not a Marvel Studios decision.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to say. I know Sony's in charge of dropping the trailer, but I just still don't understand.
It's my birthday, Culture Made. Yeah, I'm eating crab legs.
Let that man eat his crab legs, man.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. I would, if I'm Marvel, I guess I would coordinate the dropping of, or not. I don't know, because we still don't know nothing about Spider-Man, like, for the most part.
Rumored wise, we're supposed to get it this week, Spider-Man trailer.
Yeah. Hey, I've been hearing that for the longest.
Yeah,
I think yesterday.
Not. Yeah. It was supposed to have been yesterday. Guess not. So I don't know. I don't know when that trailer comes out exactly.
What if they do dual trailers? I mean, they could do dual trailers.
They could.
Back to back.
You would have.
If
you
it's
would really have people talking.
If the movies are connected, which they should be,
they have to be. I mean, I assume they are. There's not too much.
Darius, we just got Wonder Man. I'm trying to tell you, I don't give the benefit of the doubt.
Though. Here's where I'm gonna have to defend them. Here's where I have to defend them. I hated Wonder Man. Oh, that's some dog shit. But
the damage control. I know you about to bring up damage control.
No, I wasn't even gonna bring up damage control. But here's the thing about damage control, though, too. I guess I could bring them into this. That Wonder Man was made during that period.
2022.
Yeah, it was. Things were still how things were at Marvel. So that show was pre the Russos, pre this idea of Doomsday, pre all that kind of stuff. So all the things that happened in that show happened during that whole thought process. Now with and you can tell that too, because Cleary, who is in Damage Control, who we've seen in Spider-Man, who we've seen now in this and whatever the fuck else he's in, is no longer the head of Damage Control or one of the lead head agents of Damage Control. It's the black dude now from whatever his name is. Tillman. He is now the head of Damage Control. And he will be the head of it in Spider-Man. So obviously some time has passed, something has happened, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But that show was pre-new shit. So I can't put that on them. They still made it. It was still some shit. Yeah, they still released it. They still released it. But at the end of the day, I don't, that shit has not shit to do with what we're about to be seeing in theaters.
There's, and I hate to go back to Wonder Man, but this is why I don't give them the benefit of the doubt. They greenlit Wonder Man, gave us all the episodes. We don't know what the hell is going on with Mahershala Ali and Blade.
Man.
They greenlit Wonder Man, greenlit it, gave it to her, put it out.
To Daddy.
And we could not get Blade.
I agree.
But I'm supposed to give Kevin Feige the benefit of the doubt that everything is on the up and up, smooth selling going forward.
Hey, I'm not giving Feige the benefit of the doubt. I'm putting this, again, as I've been saying, in the hands of the Russos. Yes, Feige's there.
How
he's the
monumental it would be after all of these years for them to, in one film, write the track of the MCU. Like, that's God level. That's it. I don't want to doubt them, because that feat would be something to talk about for years in terms of film junkies. At the same time, you always talk about setting expectations, right? And so I look at the mountain of evidence towards the contrary. You look at the trend of the studio that it's been in, and you want to believe that there's still something in there that's better than what they've been putting out.
When you believe,
Occam's razor says that it's probably not there, and that's why they haven't been showing it.
Yeah.
And so even when we go to the parts of our brain that say, no, this is the thing you love, right? And that's what the Russos are at the core. Yeah, that's what they are at their core. Because if it was just as simple as bringing back the Russos and having to make a movie, they would have been did that. They would have been done that during these 5.5 years of club that they've been in.
Not when you have a fractured relationship.
Sure, but fractured relationships are often filled with money, and Disney has a lot of it. And if they actually felt like they needed them to make this shit work, which I guess that's where they're at now.
They didn't at the time. At the time, Marvel thought their shit didn't stink. They thought we can give the audience throw up characters, and they're gonna eat that shit up. And so the release of
Wonder Man makes you feel like they don't feel like that anymore. Like they don't think that their shit stinks.
No, I
think
from
that era.
Yes, I think Wonder Man. I mean, it was paid for. We did it. We made it. Destin Daniel Cretton. We loved him.
This show was up for a tax write-off, y'all. At a certain point, they've talked about that right recently. That this show was literally on the chopping block, and Destin Cretton went to the higher ups. I'm assuming Kevin Feige at some point and saved it. How? And why? Because
the only reason I can think
Trevor
that they
Slattery.
allowed Destin Daniel to, not just Trevor Slattery, but they allowed Destin to do it, is because the same reason if it was a Matt Shackman, he's in house now. Destin has proven to them, you'd made Shang-Chi. He had King Dynasty.
Wait, hold on. Destin is. Why are we giving him proven? He got one movie.
Yeah, he had King Dynasty. They gave him their next big Avengers film after doing
I hear you. I know what they did. I'm saying, do you validate it?
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's proven like that. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm asking you.
No. I'm not saying that. To them, he is proven. Now, since we didn't give you couldn't get Avengers because we changed that because hey, the Russos pitched us a whatever the fuck idea. We're going to give you Spider-Man, the next biggest thing we've got. And then on top of that, we're going to let you go do this Wonder Man deal, blah, 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 blah. I think it's because he's in-house. He plays ball. And it's like, all right, yeah, Destin, we'll throw you a bone. Go ahead. Make the little Wonder Man shit.
I could vibe with that.
That's all valid. Like, I understand how those pieces fit. That makes sense.
Right.
How are the same people that are making those type of decisions for those reasons going to 180 and start making totally different film decisions for totally different film reasons? None of that has to do with serving the audience. None of that has to do with bringing actual MCU content that we care about, that we want to break down, that we theorize about. None of those things are included in the decisions that you're talking about that are being made. So how do they go from doing that to serving us in a way that earns them $1 billion from us? Is what that's the gap that I'm having the trouble filling in there.
Okay, now whether anybody wants to believe it or not, and I know Blue, you don't, and I believe Marcus, you don't either. Per reports, if we are to believe the Chapek era, if we are to believe that 5 years, per reports, and this wasn't just Marvel Studios, this was happening at Lucasfilm, this was happening at Pixar. Chapek told creatives, "Fuck off," or told the basically the presidents, Kevin Feige and those guys, "Fuck off."
Right.
You let Chloe Zhao make that shitty Eternals film.
Yep.
You let Jessica Gao make that shitty She-Hulk show, and you back the fuck off. If per reports, Jessica Gao asked Kevin Feige to show up in She-Hulk, he said no. That's why we got the robot with the hat and all the bullshit. So if we were to believe, the reason he said no is because he didn't vibe with the show. He didn't agree. If we were to believe all these things that happened at Lucasfilm, Pixar, Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige couldn't do anything. He couldn't be the Feige he was during the Infinity Saga and picking and choosing. Let's do this. No, cut this. I don't want to do this. Let's make this connect to this. Because again, he wanted to change Eternals.
To what?
Zhao could. I don't know. I don't remember. But
to your
Zhao
point, though,
complained about
Kevin Feige was the one who said he didn't want nobody to do homework. We don't want the general MCU audience to have to do homework to watch these shows. That was his words. Ain't nobody forced that on him.
Were those his words or were those Nate Moore's words?
So now Feige taking cues from Nate Moore?
Right.
Let me find out.
No. Feige's not taking cues from Nate Moore, but we can't stop this nigga from saying whatever he says in these interviews. Now, granted, he's getting that from somewhere, but we don't know if it's coming from Feige.
But hold on, give me 1 second. I need to process this. I got the guy who went and took over Marvel, Kevin Feige, but he couldn't stand up to Bob Chapek.
What am
Kevin
I
Feige
going to
took over Marvel, took it over.
Yeah, he
got
did. But at the end of the day, you my boss. I'm the head over Marvel, but you
I'm
my
also
boss.
the guy making the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what is, so okay, so then what do you say? What do you say to the Pixar guys then? That's bringing in $1 billion film every year. What do you say to them? Because those creators were told the same thing.
On the downswing.
They was
Didn't
told the
nobody
same.
tell them to put out the damn shitty ass
Elemental.
Who?
They did Elemental.
Elemental made money though. Elemental made some bank.
Elemental was 500 million.
The
Elemental had a second wind on Disney Plus. People started watching it.
Everything has a second win on Disney Plus. It's a kid's streaming service.
I mean, as far as
the Toy Story movie. What was it? With Woody, not Woody.
Toy Story movie.
Yeah, the one Infinity and Beyond. What's that fucking?
Oh, but Lightyear.
Lightyear. Yeah, ain't nobody tell them to put that out.
Ain't nobody did.
Say, hey man, put that out. Nah, they could have kept that. Like they was on a downswing. Lucasfilm was not on a downswing. Now they was putting out shit that was selling. I ain't talking about story wise, chill. I'm talking about shit that was making money.
Like what?
All three of them Star Wars made money, did it not?
Wait.
Was that each year?
Wait, hold
on.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, they made money, but it was diminishing returns for sure.
That wasn't during Paycheck's era.
Mando came out. That was Chapek.
Mando
was
that was
Last
it though.
Jedi though.
Right,
Or-
but that's
or not
all they
Last
had.
No. That's right. Chill.
Rise of Skywalker.
Chapek
Rise
is
of Skywalker
also.
was Chapek era.
Was it?
Chapek.
That was
No, it
that was
wasn't.
squarely in the middle.
I
of
didn't
Infinity,
think so
right?
because
That was,
Rise of Skywalker was 2019.
when was
We got
Chapek there?
Iger,
Y'all?
we got Chapek, then we got Iger back. That was Chapek.
Back, yeah, that was
Chapek
2019
came
was Chapek, right?
Rise of Skywalker was filmed and produced and developed and CGI'd all under Bob Iger, and it came out in 2019. I think that was still Iger's turn.
I
So
thought
late
it was.
2019.
No, Chapek got the boot in 2021, 2020, 2021. They brought Iger back because the shit was fucked up.
No. Wait. The reason why all that happened was performative BS. They were never going to give him the job, and
Well,
they
sure,
wanted.
we know that now, but I'm saying
Bob,
we thought
no,
at the
I
time he had the
JPEG
job. Like that was the
JPEG took
guy.
over February 25th, 2020 or 2020.
2020. Okay.
And
So
he,
after Rise of Skywalker.
yeah,
2022.
and
He
his
was fired.
time, his time ended in 2022.
But
After they announced Deadpool Wolverine.
Blue is right in that those sequel movies made money. It's just that they were diminishing return
They were
every
diminishing
single
return.
time.
Right, but they was kicking ass for the most
Yeah,
part.
but not during that's still not during JPEG's reign. During that 2 years, he did a lot of damage.
I'm not saying Chapek didn't do damage. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
wait.
Lucasfilm
Can we
came out with the Mandalorian under Chapek, right?
No,
Hold on, man.
Mandalorian
2018.
was released in 2019.
So
in
2018.
Can we
November
walk through this? Can we walk through this logic for a
2019
second?
with Disney Plus.
Walk me through this logic where Chapek, in the 2 years that he was in his position, did a lot of damage to Marvel, right? In the 2 years, even though he took over and continued the business as it was being run and then tried to run it into what he would like it to be in those 2 years. So now you're telling me that all of the stuff that we're still seeing in 2026 is from stuff that he wanted to do in 2022. Was he not dealing with things that were already in the pipe that he would have had to push through to get to his stuff in 2022? I mean, we're still blaming him for shit 4 years later, and we didn't even give him the 2 years to work through his sludge to get to the spot where he wanted to be. It's like
I'm not doing that.
Listen, I don't know on all of that part, JPEG, all that stuff. I just know that I am not looking at the Russos coming in doing Doomsday Secret Wars the way that I looked at these past 5 years at all. Yes, it's under the same Marvel. Yes, it's under Kevin Feige, but the Russos were not involved. And when I look at resume, when I look at receipts, and I look at their Marvel receipts and resume, not their gray man, not their cherry.
That's got to be counted.
It cannot be counted.
Man.
It cannot
Gray
be
Man was
counted.
dope. I fuck with Gray Man.
They cannot be counted. But I'm looking at their MCU resume. Yeah, I have no reason to fear what these guys are doing, even when they were in good graces with Marvel before the whole Scarlett Johansson thing. They had said many times, Secret Wars, X-Men. So they've been thinking about this as well for a long time. I don't think they're going to fumble it.
I mean, I don't doubt that they really want to do it. I just think it is a very tall hill to climb. For sure.
I'm just in
It is definitely a tall hill.
in the box of not giving them the benefit of the doubt anymore. That's just where I'm at. Not saying that it can't be done. I'm just not giving them the benefit of the doubt like a lot of people are. That's just why I'm at. Russo's, Marvel, Feige, any of them.
So we had a lingering super chat out here. I'm gonna go ahead and fire it out up. You know what I'm saying?
Make this money, take this money. Ain't no way you can take this money. Ain't money, take it, honey.
Darius tripping. Wonder Man was decent, but the MCU is cooked. Appreciate it.
How do y'all say the MCU is cooked and Wonder Man was decent in the
Wonder Man,
same?
hey, that broke my brain. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Wonder Man was good, but the MCU was cooked. Had me throw. But you know why that makes sense though? Because Wonder Man is the MCU's Andor. It's a perfectly fine show. It's a perfectly fine show as long as you're not going in there looking for a representation of the world that character was actually built in.
Yeah.
As long as you're not looking for actual Star Wars shit, you should love Andor. If you're not looking for actual superhero content, you would love Wonder Man.
But I'm sorry, and I guess maybe this is the thing that perplexes me with Andor. But if I'm in the MCU, I'm looking for superhero content. It's kind of like
give you Star Wars shit. It did.
You remember that DC show they had, but it was from the perspective of the civilians.
Powers.
Dumb as fuck.
Powers. It lasted 3 episodes, something like that.
Thomas, and what? So I get vibes like that when
We
you
got
guys
that
say
coming.
shit like,
Jimmy
"Oh,
Olsen,
it was."
that's coming.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying in the MCU, I get vibes like that when
That
they
ain't
say when
coming,
you guys
Derek.
are saying shit like, "Oh, it was like what do you
I
mean?"
mean,
So
Marcus
it's like at
You don't
this
think so?
rate, we need an MCU show from the civilians' perspective. Y'all might love it because I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Doomsday is
Man.
gonna be about the citizens of Latveria
Man, stop.
under the rule of Doom.
So I guess answer this question for me, chat. Y'all, did you love the Doorman episode that literally could have been explained within an episode with Wonder
Bruh,
Man actually in it?
10, 15 minutes. Like you only gave the man 30, 35 minutes per episode. Why are we wasting a whole episode on Doorman? Doorman could have been 15 minutes.
Man,
Praise that
when Trevor said who's Wonder Man or who's Doorman, Wonder Man
Who's
literally
Doorman?
could have just told him, "Oh, he's this dude. He had superpowers. He used to be a doorman down at this club downtown. Da 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 da. So blah 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 blah. Easy, boom, move on." What I was like,
You gonna
oh,
hate this
no.
one. You gonna hate this one, Darius.
Oh wow! Yeah. So the audience is completely lost. The audience is completely lost.
Doorman
We
over
lost the
Wiccan.
audience. Doorman over Wiccan. Oh, that's
Andre
crazy.
Ware, I concur. Even Wakanda Forever was more superhero-y than Wonder Man
Yes.
for sure.
Yes. What? There were
Forever's-
superpower beings in a superpowered movie using their superpowers. Yes.
Wakanda Forever's failure was it was a bad Black Panther movie, but it was a decent MCU film. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it.
I even
Can't
have
get
a problem
myself
with
to
that
compliment it
description.
like that.
Yeah,
No,
I
but
even have a problem with that description because it didn't stick to the principles that the first movie set for it. Even through the whole situation with Chadwick Boseman, you
That's
you
what I
were
said, it's
very
a bad Black Panther
concisely
movie.
set some principles.
It's a
But
bad Black
even if
Panther
it's a different character, even if it's not Black Panther, you still if the main conflict or the main resolution of the prior movie is immediately erased by the narrative of this movie, I feel like you didn't succeed as a sequel.
Oh, but now you just talking about bad right. Yeah, the holes in
Well,
that movie is horrible. The holes in that
yeah.
movie was horrible. But it's a lot of MCU movies with holes. You know,
with,
like
with holes in it.
it just is. So,
Yeah.
and I
Hey,
get not
listen,
wanting to give it the
man.
compliment. Hey, look, I understand not wanting to give the compliment. I'm not on the side of giving that movie a compliment. And if that came off as a compliment, my bad, Chill. Chill, he looked up real quick when I said that. My
I said,
bad.
absolutely not.
One-
I'm sorry, but I won't
we
stand
saw-
for it.
We saw Wonder Man as Nary's corrected me. We saw Wonder Man break a kitchen island with his
Yep.
superpowers in slow motion.
Mhm.
We saw him do some explosion Soldier Boy shit in an alley. And we saw him, yes, throw some guys into pick some
wall.
guys up. But I felt like, okay, so he picked those he picked those dudes up like these wrestlers be picking up people. Like he didn't pick him up like no
Oh,
super. He
that
didn't like
trick.
nobody went through no wall or nothing like that. I'm like, what are we? So anyway, we
Hey,
saw
no,
him do
Darius.
that.
Speaking of wrestling, Darius, you're gonna check out the Royal Rumble, right? I'm gonna clip up all the
So
scenes.
we
with
saw
Trick
him do
Williams.
that. Then we saw him do that in the alley, and we saw him do that on the table. And then I'm thinking to myself, okay, so by episode 8, Reaper or maybe damage control with guns or something has to happen where he displays his power set. Something
Darius,
has to
They
happen.
didn't know who this nigga was, Darius. The whole show was about damage control, not even knowing if this dude was a superhero, fucking enhanced. Like, how did
They
he even
had
get
no
on the radar?
proof. He had no proof. And by the way, damage control is so shitty. They're basically ice. Let's just call them what they are. They're superhero ice. And so they don't even have a task force to come get Simon. It's some lowly agent, right? Just silently working on it by himself so he can take it to his boss and get a fucking promotion. Like these the them? They the ones? They them guys?
But
We
I'm
can run
supposed
away
to
from
believe
them.
that
We're not afraid of
Feige-
damage control.
Did Feige not watch the same show that I watched? Did he not sit in the cutting room, in the cutting room and watch the same show that we watched?
The show with Nakia's baby daddy.
That's what you want to call him, cool, but
And he Haitian. That
He
could
is
be
Haitian.
Toussaint's
Father.
daddy.
Hey man, when they listen, it's just a bad show. It's just a bad
Trevor,
show.
we want you to get some dirt on Simon Williams.
Okay.
Who
Okay.
is Simon Williams? We don't know. We think he might be. You think like you didn't see him blow nothing up or fly, shoot a laser beam out his eyes?
No, Blue. Their evidence was in the whatever grade he blew up his kitchen. And then whatever the other incident was or whatever. It just, man.
Caught fire, right? It could the kitchen caught fire. But that could have been explained by for him to be super powered though. So they've been watching him since he was a kid and didn't get enough evidence. So from 12
ain't even been around since he was a kid.
Right.
Where you get these files from, fam?
But let's say they was watching him. They've been watching him from 12 up until now. For 10 years, they couldn't get no dirt other than we think he might be in hand.
Pre-Shatari, there was no damage control. So that don't even it's a fallacy.
True.
You can't even put that together.
Yeah,
where did you get these files? Who told you to start looking at Simon Williams? That was some heavy. So as much as we're trying to give the artistic or the kind of
the weirdo shit in a superhero universe,
it's still not even structurally there. Like, how do we even get here? We covered in plot armor to even get to the point of starting the show.
Yeah, man. And then, like I said, too, if you are a viewer, if you are somebody like a MCU viewer, and it's like, oh, a new MCU show, let me watch it. Maybe you walked away from it the same way most of the audience did, where you're like, hey, it was great, loved it, boom, yay. And you might have walked away from it like me, where again, thank God I know who Simon Williams is. I know his power set. And I understand some of you are trying to say it's not about his powers, it's about the art, it's about who
he is.
Okay.
Let's retire Wonder Man. Let's retire it. We talked about Wonder Man, Secret Wars, Superman updates, DCU updates. Let's get into the James Gunn world of the superhero universe.
Jimmy,
most important thing that happened in DCU this week was not in the U. It was in the comic books. Am I right?
DC been whooping Marvel's ass for a while now in the comic books, though. So that ain't
I don't think Kevin Feige gives a shit about the comic books no more. That's why that's happening.
But then she's shocked in the back by someone else.
What?
Yeah, about that. It's been a long time since I put this costume on, but you had to come to my doorstep, mess with my city. So I guess Static is back. Static is ladies and gentlemen, it's about to go down because I love me some Static.
We love him
especially
too,
that Static Shock TV series.
Mm-hmm.
But Granny's like, you're the meta I've been searching for. But why aren't you listening to your dear old granny? And Static responds, oh, you mean your little Delta Wave machine? I felt that a mile off and canceled it with a wave of my own. Here, let me show you. And he fries the machine.
Static Shock. Static is in the building. DC Comics. That was on Comics Icons' YouTube channel, so you can go subscribe to him. Static, Virgil Hawkins in DC continuity. That was not one of those Milestone or Elseworlds or Futures or anything. That was Static. He's here. James Gunn, some of those complexities aren't so complex, are they?
No. You still ain't gonna see them, nigga.
He was older in this too. He said it's been a while since I put this suit on. The character aged, maybe, we don't know, it could be 3 years, could be 8 years.
Is DC Comics still spun off from Warner Brothers, or are they underneath the umbrella just like Marvel now?
They've always been underneath the umbrella of Warner Brothers.
No, okay.
For years.
Yeah. Always.
That's
gonna be in the
that's just even more embarrassing, though, that the fact that they're set up structurally the same way you are. There's really no excuse to be dampening creatives the way that you are over there at Marvel. I think people would naturally assume that a more corporate structure for comics or even just literature in general is going to lead to less creativity. But DC seems to be looking that right in the face and performing. So there's really no excuse for what's going on in Marvel and in comparison to what's happening across the street there at DC.
I sort of agree that Milestone Comics marketing sucks, but like everyone sucks at marketing, really. So sure, like
there's not that much marketing budget for comics anymore. So the TV shows, the movies are supposed to be its marketing.
Yeah.
But if I'm one of the milestone heads, there's 1,000 YouTube, maybe 100, maybe 100 YouTube channels I could be making myself available to right before my comic comes out. You know, I can do that, but they don't do that.
Well,
And
one
there's
thing,
not going to be too many sales. Sorry, Blue.
people don't read anymore.
Yeah, people don't read anymore, but I
people
just
had
feel like
stopped
market
reading.
to the comic readers. All you need for a comic book to succeed is what? An additional 4,000 people who are already buying your book, and that'll keep it afloat and not canceled.
They could be a little bit more sexy in the audiobook space. I feel like maybe hiring some of these voice actors that, you know, you keep in the dark until you need another animation voice, right? Use them for some of your comic book content in the you know, in the audiobook space. I feel like that would really blow up. First of all, it's already very popular. People who are still reading use that at least half of the time. And then, you know, it's another way of pushing your comic book audience into another line of business.
But
I would
voice act-
definitely hire some voice actors.
They get paid the same rate that a regular actor gets paid, though. There, Marcus.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying the opportunities are not as plentiful nowadays as they might have been in the 80s or 90s. Like now it's just like it's fewer and far in between when these guys are getting calls. And then most of the time when you hear these voices, it's the same people on these shows. It'd be the same people on all these. Clancy Brown eating up all the roles.
Yeah.
He eating them all up.
And Chill, I don't think Marvel or DC cares about cancellations. I don't think they care about cancellations.
Well, it's a business. They care.
Like I said, I don't think they care about cancellations. But with me being up under the umbrella of Warner Brothers, with me being up under the umbrella of Disney, I don't care about the cancellation. If Marvel wanted right now to come out and say, hey, we're not even going to do Marvel comics no more, we're just going to focus on Marvel Studios and TV, I don't think they're bad an eye. I really don't. Same with Warner Brothers. I don't think they're bad an eye.
Nobody listens to what Blue is telling you. No one listens to
say.
this guy. The reason why comic books like Storm and Black Panther don't have issue 57, the way that Amazing Spider-Man and Uncanny X-Men get up there, is because not enough people purchase the comic books, and so they say, well, we'll just cancel it here before the second trade.
I'm not disagreeing with that. As far as on the Marvel, if you work for Marvel Comics, right? Yeah, you want to reach your quota so I can keep a comic going.
That's all I'm saying. Thank you. We agree, Blue. We agree there.
No, we don't agree, because the big business is what I'm talking about. Marvel, the entity of Marvel, doesn't care whether Storm gets the 12 or not. They're gonna use Storm in the movie and make all the money that they need to make off a Storm.
But that's an alternative fact that doesn't really touch on comic books that sell, get continued, and comics that don't sell, don't get continued. Yes, you're right. Marvel, which is owned by Disney, which does movies, which does toys. I get it.
How you gonna put on what I said if you agree with it? If it's right, if
it's an alternative fact that makes that distorts.
It's an alternative fact.
Yeah, it's like it's got nothing to do with what I'm trying to say, which is keep purchasing these comic books and they'll continue. You're just like, well, you know, the comic book is so big.
I think it's something that overrides what you said. That doesn't make it not
I think
true.
its point is to say
that's why it's an alternative fact.
Way. I think the point was to affect them in a different way, because going straight at their wallet sometimes for like individual titles could prove unfruitful because they are so down the line of products. Like before comic book losses gets to them, they're gonna have to lose at the parks, they're gonna have to lose in several different studios before they start feeling that. So I understand that. But if you're talking about at a store level, if you're talking about
but that's not what I'm talking
level like that,
Marvel.
you can absolutely affect
Marvel,
the sales because those
I'm
people watch
DC, the entity, or Warner, because you can't go and buy Marvel stock. You got to go buy Disney stock. You don't go and buy DC stock. You're going to buy Warner Brothers stock. You see what I'm saying? All of that is wrapped up into one. When they do the earnings, it's all about that one stock. It's not about comics and all. It's whether that stock is up or down.
Now, where I disagree with you, Blue, is that the idea that they can wholesale just do away with comics and nobody would bat an eye. I think they would have to be in an extreme position of strength to pull something like that off and have support. in today, you telling me
I
they gonna
agree with
pop out
that.
tomorrow and be like Marvel Comics is over? They would riot. People would riot.
No, I agree with that. No, I'm
People would
saying
riot.
if they got together and said, you know what, there's no reason for us to keep this going because we're not making the money that
They
we
would
that we
have
need
to
to
do
make.
it from a position of strength. I think they would
Yeah,
shrink
no,
it in
I'm saying that
size
would
and
be a
scope
strength move.
before they do
I don't
away
think
with
they
it.
would just show up, in the boardroom the next day, be like, hey man, do you like comics?
It's
No.
over.
You like comics? No. I don't think they'd do that. I'm saying if they looked at the books and something was, if Marvel Comics is in the red and everything else is in the black, and they go over to whoever, if they go over to Feige and say, hey man, these comic books is in the red, we need you to bring them in the black. And Feige was like, all right, and he don't get the job done. You know what I'm saying? I think they'd be like, well, let's cut bait.
I think they would shave it and consolidate it again before they completely just be like, all right, we'll let it go, because it's the thing that still keeps them legitimate as a studio. Disney they didn't make these characters. They didn't even hire the artists and the writers who made these characters. They are a colonizing company. It's who they've always been, but they have to hang on to the ownership of the rights of the property to be legitimate. And
I
so
didn't say
if
sell.
they have,
I didn't say sell. I think you missed me. I didn't say sell. I said
okay,
get rid of. I still own Storm and all that. I'm gonna still make money.
they would just put it on the shelf and just not make the books no more.
I'm not saying sell it.
That would be terrible.
No, that don't make sense. I'm not finna sell. That's why I said they can cut it and be like, I can still make money off of Storm, Cyclops, X-Men, whoever that, because that's what I'm doing. I got the parks operating. If they in the black, they operating good. If Marvel Studios is operating in the black, we good. If Marvel Comics is in the red, I'm gonna be like, hey, what's going on over there? If y'all can't fix this shit, then yeah, I can set y'all aside until I call Chill to come in and put y'all in the black. You see what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't. What is it gonna hurt to put them on the shelf? Not if they're not making money.
Okay, all right.
That's all I'm saying.
Other news in DC. We
Everybody check
potentially
out
have
the
a
Comics
new.
Pals. This is the best
Go ahead.
YouTube channel talking about comic books. Go check out the Comics Pals for live stream. They'll sound way smarter than Blue's
So-
trying to sound right now. Thank you, Blue.
Hey, Chill. My alternative fact was what? A fact, wasn't it?
Oh, it's not about sales.
It's a fact, though, right?
So
Fact.
another
Retail.
DC news. We got a writer for what are we talking about? Writer for Batman, for Brave and
That's
Bold.
alternative facts, man. I don't know.
Christina.
Yeah, I mean, but they say all the trades are reporting it. She got a job. The writer of Birds of Prey.
What did she do?
Flash,
Birds of Prey. Yeah, and Flash.
Christina Hodson. Linking back up with Andy Muschietti, at least for now, because they paired up on the Flash together. Look, I can't. I did unfortunately watch Bumblebee as well, so I know quite a bit of her work. Not to make that,
like Bumblebee?
I didn't like Bumblebee, no. But not to make that the representative of her as a filmmaker, right? Like, I'm not trying to box her in. But I just feel like if scaling up is our aim, if growing off the Superman momentum that we had going, and whatever people still lingering around with Peacemaker and stuff like that, if scaling that excitement up is the idea, why would we take two symbols of the most unpopular, or probably the most forgettable, however you want to put it, project of the last regime, and helm them on a can't miss property? Even more can't miss now after Superman did what it did than we previously thought. Why would you pick those two, that combination, director and writer, to pick up Batman?
Brave and the Bold, right?
Yeah.
Because it's Spider-Man. If you get what I'm saying, like, you can't miss with Batman. You can't really miss with Batman.
You
can't
can
miss.
though. You
You
can.
can, but you can't. Like,
You don't think that the Tim Burton Batmans were misses?
hell no.
Wait, hold on, not Tim Burton. Well, who directed Clooney?
Wait a minute. Even further than that, you don't believe that Andy Muschietti, who gave us the Flash, yes, he's given us it, and he's shining on it where he needs to stay.
Yeah, he doing his thing on Pennywise for sure.
and now teaming up with this woman who apparently wrote the unreleasable Batgirl, Bumblebee, Birds of Prey.
She did Batgirl.
Yeah, according to reports. And she is to be trusted to do the Batman film that already has a lot of speculation around it in James Gunn's DC universe. I don't think so. I think that is a major red flag.
So you think she comes in and damages Batman? I just look at Batman like it's damn near.
I don't think
it's Teflon now. He's not unfallible. Like, we can go wrong on Batman for sure.
No, you can. I'm just saying, I just think people come out in droves and they go to the movies and they watch it and then they talk shit about it. But it'll make its money and then they'll talk shit about it. That's all I
need. But didn't we say the same thing about Superman though? Didn't we have this level of expectation that Superman as a title was going to have this draw that can overcome the super shit and stuff and overcome?
I said Superman does not sell well. Superman has never sold well. Live action
Jill that said that. Jill wrote that argument.
Killmonger was correct because it made more domestically than Man of Steel.
It did, but it still didn't sell well. It still
well, we can't skate by that. You know how many videos and different things I have seen on they made about the exact same thing, if not the same thing.
Talking about with inflation and all of that, yeah.
No, I mean, it didn't make more money than if we're being honest about it. It didn't.
But that's not the point. What I'm saying is Superman does not sell well. Superman is a big product that everybody recognizes. That as soon as they make a live action Superman movie, it doesn't flop, but it doesn't do what Batman does. It doesn't do what Spider-Man does. As far as the three most recognizable franchises of superheroes, it does not do that. It's third.
But as much as I love and I don't care what anybody says, I'll fight you, elbow, knees, all that. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man's, his are they that box office returns for those were awful.
Wasn't that? But I think it was a leak behind that, right? Wasn't that a leak
behind both of the movies? It was leaks that tanked them.
The first one did not tank. The first one didn't tank. Amazing Spider-Man did not tank. It didn't tank.
How much did the first one make?
Yeah, I was about to say, let's go ahead and take a look.
Go ahead, take a look.
Are you going off feelings? The first one didn't tank. No, it did. Okay, let's just check.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Box office for it was no, it didn't.
758. Okay, all right. Okay.
Spider-Man don't play, man. Even look at it. What did the second one do? What did the second one do?
Spider-Man 2. Amazing Spider-Man 2 did 716 or what?
Come on, man. Y'all be playing with the wrong guy, man. Y'all be playing with the wrong guy, man.
Listen, okay.
Yes, it was. That's just like Spider-Man 3, right?
But here's the difference. Here's the difference. The difference is you've got what is sure to be an amazing Batman movie in Batman 2 with Matt Reeves. So what if we are talking about people barely wanting to go see an Avengers movie because of money possibly being an issue and interest being an issue? Why am I more interested in your goofy universe that you've already proven to be somewhat goofy over Reeves's Batman? I just paid to see that. Why am I paying to see this one?
Batman may actually do Reeves in. Like, if he doesn't find a way to work this thing out with Reeves and integrate it, I think it's over. And what will be a clear sign of that is if the Penguin season 2 gets greenlit. If they greenlight Penguin season 2, I'm saying I think Batman may do James Gunn in. And the telltale sign of that may be if they greenlight a Penguin season 2. So you got Superman, Man of Tomorrow coming out 27. You also got Batman 2 coming out 27. So the Brave and the Bold can't come out until the at earliest 2028. Right?
I don't even think it comes out then. And you're absolutely right.
Even at this absolute earliest, 2028. If somewhere in the meantime of that, thank you, babe. And sometime in the meantime of that, we get official Penguin season 2 is official. They're green lighting it. They're going to start filming next year. They're showing you, the company is now showing you where they think the money is going. So how
I
long
don't
do you
disagree
think
with
they're
that.
gonna let you sit and be the sore thumb playing in your own universe with all your favorite toys, your Clayfaces, your Jimmy Olsens, right? Like, because your Booster Golds, you're gonna have to line that up versus the Joker, versus Harvey Dent, versus the Riddler, versus Catwoman.
Well, I told you, I already think that they've chosen Reeves over Gunn. I do think that the studio chose Reeves over Gunn.
already.
Yeah, I think Gunn came into this situation and I think he wanted to do his Batman.
What do you
Like,
mean
I
they
just
chose Reeves over Gunn? Chose his
meaning
Batman?
this. Yeah, as far as Batman goes, because
Oh.
I don't come into the gate,
BRB.
I give you Superman, and I don't give you Batman. I just don't believe that. And I know how we think that James Gunn is just this wacky guy and yada yada yada. But
Wacky.
there's a guy over there named Peter Safran who has been a producer in Hollywood for the longest, who is his partner. They're co-CEOs of DC Film. I know we put it all on James Gunn, but it's another guy in that office too. I don't think Peter Safran is sitting around like, hey man, why can't we get this back? Why haven't we done our Batman movie that would make fucking money? That would make all of this fucking money. Why are we fighting with Matt Reeves? I think Zaslav already chose who he wants to do Batman. I think it's a fight over there when it comes to the Batman property. I've been saying this for the longest.
I agree with that.
This isn't up to opinion and think. Go ahead, agree with him more.
I agree with the fact that that Robert Pattinson's Batman, despite James, which is one of the topics today, despite which we can kind of go into that with this, despite James Gunn this week saying to whoever he said it to on Twitter or Threads that when they asked him, let me make sure I'm saying this exactly correct. They asked him, here it is there a chance Robert Pattinson could play the DC, this was on Twitter, the DCU Batman, even as a sort of variant disconnected from Matt Reeves movies? No. Even despite the many times he's lied, because James Gunn lied and also said Brainiac wasn't on the table. Lo and behold, he's the villain of Superman 2. He lied and said that the Superman stuff wasn't going to have a Middle East issue. It was in the movie. A bunch of other things. I mean, there's an 8-minute video. I wish I knew the name of it. I wish I could find it. Den of Nerds played it on his channel, like, I don't know, a couple months ago.
Of him lying?
Of him lying. Of him lying.
We know John felt like Jimmy.
God, I wish I could find it.
He didn't lie. They just changed plans. That's all.
No, the liar. So even despite all that, I also believe that Robert Pattinson's Batman is going to be the Batman for them, potentially moving forward, even with the Skinnard stuff, even with the possibility of him being on the table. I think they're both on the table. I think it's more in favor of Pattinson because
it's tried and proven. Yeah, I think Zaslav is like, no, Batman too. Think about it. Batman, if I'm coming in brand new CEO, me and Chill show up, we head in DC. I want to do Superman, Chill want to do Batman, but Darius has already done Batman, right? And we like, nah, we're gonna do Batman. Nah, we're gonna get Darius's Batman out first. Why are we getting Darius's Batman out first if we're doing a whole new universe?
Because the reason why is prior to James Gunn and Peter Safran launching the DC studios, a movie came out called The Batman. David Zaslav saw how well that did.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, Chill. We agree. We are in agreement. That's what I'm saying. Zaslav is saying the money.
No, he's not saying the money. I'm telling you, because it's important that I finish the sentence, that the decision to forward The Batman 2, the pen and the ink was dried and the thing was in motion before the concept of we're going to start a new universe, DC Studios, David Zaslav hiring James Gunn, all that happened afterwards. So we've got to complete, the Warner Brothers has to complete what they already agreed to do, and that's why the Matt Reeves Batman, The Batman 2, needs to happen first, because it's been agreed to. He's got rights. They've got
contracts.
Hold on, Blue. So then you agree with me then. So if we see another addition to the Reeves universe, that's probably doomed for for Gunn, right? Like
No,
if you
Chill
see
doesn't agree
another
with us. He's not
installment
saying.
to the Reeves verse, then that probably
I don't.
signals bad things for Gunn.
No,
in
bad
that
thing is
situation,
Batman, yeah.
in that situation, everything goes through DC, through James Gunn, and through Peter Safran. So if they were to do something, extend the DC or the Batman universe, Matt Reeves verse, it would have to be them approving of it.
No, it does not. It doesn't.
You think that
Safran
no,
can
it
come
would
down
be
and
bad
tell
news.
him?
If it happens the way you're thinking it happens, of course that's bad news. Then
What?
Whoa, Matt Reeves gets to have another the Penguin season, or gets to have more resources. Will go to the stuff that he's doing, which has nothing to do with the DCU. If in that what if scenario, which won't happen, then yeah, it'd be bad news. If they go rogue and say, no, we're gonna do something DC related, but James, you don't be a part of this.
I don't
That's
think
not
a
gonna happen.
CEO
James Gunn's
coming
DC
down.
Studios played
y'all
right
did
before
what Jimmy said about the whole Lantern.
James Gunn and Peter Safran launched DC Studios, and even though the Man of what's it called, the Christopher Reeve story.
Hey fam, if you gonna drone on like
even
this, you
though
gonna have
that
to
thing
stop at
was
some point and let us
was
respond.
already decided to be made earlier, they still put their studio logo on it. I think when we watched the Batman 2, I think it'll also have the DC
Take a break.
studio.
Take a breath.
Yeah, I'm lost in what I'm lost in what he was saying.
You got to give us a chance to hop in here. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is, and I know James Gunn fabricates a lot, but James Gunn talked about the Lantern, right? And how he is not in charge of the Lantern. He is not in charge of that. He is not in charge of the Lantern. He is not in charge of Matt Reeves's The Batman. He is not in charge of that. Because if that was the case, he would be able to exit and do his own thing, Chill. That's what I'm getting at. If he has that power, because it's DC Studios, he does not have to let Matt Reeves do it, contract or not. Like, he doesn't. In Hollywood, contracts don't necessarily mean nothing. They really don't.
Oh, no, they don't? All right.
They don't. They don't. Contracts get reworked. Hey, I pay you out, go home.
Oh, that happens.
Yeah.
That happens.
All the time. And,
I wouldn't pay out Matt
and when
Reeves.
a new situation happens, new things have to be rewritten in contractual form.
All I was saying is that I don't think it's out of the ordinary for a CEO to come down and interrupt a creative's plans. I don't think it's out of place or extraordinary for a CEO to be like, yeah, that's what you were doing. This is what you are doing now. Like, I think differently than what you think. I think this is going to make money, so you're going to do that.
In regards to what? In regards to, like, you talking about?
In regards to the Batman. In regards to Matt Reeves' universe.
The Batman Part 2 movie was already supposed to be out by now. He had like a reason for why he couldn't make the movie, but this where we're living in right now, this moment where there's a movie from the prior regime we're not supposed to be here. It just so happens that we are here, and I don't want to read into it too much and give too much credence and make theories about James Gunn's security as his job, and like it's such a waste of time to me.
I don't think I'm talking. Well, I mean, y'all might. I'm not talking security, but then Chill. What the hell we here to talk about, man?
When Chill does that, I question.
I'm
always like, that's what we're here for. We're here to talk.
No, I like to talk about content that comes out, but like speculating on a man's job, speculating on, well, what happens if the Batman gets another TV show? What's the happens if the Batman Part 3? Does that mean that like what?
We speculate every day.
Yeah, we just
speculate. I'm done speculating on this one.
If you want to sit it out, then sit out, Chill, and then let me and Marcus go at it. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
you've been speculating and talking to each other for a long time, and then as soon as I get on here, Marcus tells me you're supposed to take a breath and breathe. You can't talk that long. Okay, Marcus.
No, you taking the conversation in 3 different directions, and we haven't been able to respond to you because you won't stop talking.
What's your lane? I'm trying to figure out where you finna land this plane at.
Yeah, I was recapping the past to explain why we are here. It's not a mystery of the Batman. This is bad news for James Gunn. No, there's no mystery. The Batman Part 2 is happening because David Zaslav decided for it to happen way before DC Studios was a thing. That's why it's happening.
It sounds like Chill wants to move on to the next topic. So let's go ahead and handle these.
But what are the other DCU updates?
Let's do the. I mean, we went through it. We talked about old girl getting the job for Brave and the Bold. We talked about the comic book stuff for DC. I don't know exactly what's going on with Superman 2 that we haven't talked about.
Here's the Jimmy Olsen one. Jimmy Olsen series will begin production in Atlanta in April. The show is being developed as a fictional true crime docu-series with Olsen acting as the on-camera host. Season 1 will focus on Gorilla Grodd, Tony somebody, and I think these are the showrunners. Yeah, the showrunners are whoever they are. The returning cast for Daily Planet, Perry White is returning. Steve Lombard is returning, Cat Grant, and all the people from
TV show, right?
Yeah, this is a TV show, and the first season focused on Gorilla Grodd. This is very dumb to me. I said this was dumb when it was
I'm
announced.
auditioning. I'm gonna be in that. I'm gonna make sure that I'm in that motherfucker. I'm gonna be there.
Be in that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be-
Just don't let them make you Gorilla Grodd, bro. Anything but Gorilla Grodd.
nah. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be a daily Planet worker, man. I'm gonna be there though. I'm gonna be.
They tell you
in
put
that.
the monkey suit on, leave, and make
Don't
a
do it,
video about
nah,
it right then and there.
Nah, they going. Well, you saw what they did with Wonder Man, the recast. Well, shit, we ain't talking Wonder Man no more. Never mind.
Yeah. Yep, that's the update with Jimmy Olsen. I mean, like I said, I just continue to find this exhaustingly dumb, but
Yeah, I don't know why they're doing this.
At least it's a superhero show. At least Gorilla Grodd is a villain, and at least it's that. At least it's that. That's all.
Kind of. It's kind of, or maybe it's a super villain show because the superpower individuals we'll be seeing are more than likely going to be villains that Jimmy Olsen is investigating.
That Gorilla
I don't
Grodd
wanna
voice.
I don't think it's a slice of life show like fucking what we just got with this shit. I don't think it's that.
You guys really watch that show?
Yeah, I did. I couldn't. As what I do, chill. I can't talk shit about something if I ain't watching. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Absolutely.
that's bad work. That's bad work. That's bad
Yeah.
work.
that's really it on the DC stuff. I mean, there's what James said about Superman 2 plot. I mean, but if you've seen if you've read it or seen it, I think he's basing it more on the cartoon that came out. But he said basically Lex and Superman fight until they realize their moms have the same name. This is him.
Man,
saying
shut up.
plot.
Shut up.
This
No,
is,
you
this is
didn't.
him. This is him.
No, he did not say that.
He didn't say
Darius, stop fucking playing with me. Read the real article. Read
Okay.
the actual article.
No, Martha.
No, he did not.
This is from James.
He said they realized that their mom has the same name. Hey, listen, I don't give a fuck what you talking about, chill. This man's getting the boot. He's getting a boot to his ass. He's trying to expedite it. He's trying to speed it up.
Hold on, wait.
Copying Joss Whedon?
What
Are
happened
you
out there? Hold on, Dan.
copying
Reread
BBS?
this. I can't believe that. Reread it. Reread it. I think Jimmy gotta be he trolling, man. He trolling. He trolling.
This is from James, where he says, hold on, let me go back. Here we go.
This is a joke.
James Gunn teases the Man of Tomorrow plot. So basically, Lex and Superman fight until they realize their moms have the same name. Then Brainiac unleashes a giant alien creature, so they team up to stop it. Oh, and Wonder Woman shows up too.
Bam. It's BVS. He just described BVS.
That ain't true, man. That ain't true.
He's
Yeah,
probably
because-
trolling, but he did
But
say
I thought Wonder Woman ain't in it. I thought Maxima is the actual character that's in it.
that. Well, I think he's trolling, but he did say that.
He definitely trolling. He got to be trolling because that's literally BVS.
Yeah, that-
Yeah, he's trolling, but he did say that. But really,
That's
that's the DC stuff as of right now. Oh, and then Lobo. I don't know. You know, we got to see the first look at Lobo.
What do y'all think about that? Is that juice for Supergirl? Do you think that's going to help it perform?
I don't think it's going to help him perform at all, but it's cool seeing Lobo live action. I think he looks the part for damn sure.
Yeah. Bad thing is he said he hasn't been signed for long term. That's the bad thing.
Yeah, they said they don't know.
As Lobo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how excited he is about this thing. We barely even see him, too. There it is. That's all you need.
I
Show a
just
little
hope
bit too much.
I just hope that's not it.
You said you
The
hope what?
close up. So the close up of him makes it seem like a guy who painted his face rather than something like extraterrestrial special. But it is what it is. You know, remember how they changed Superman and his eyes and everything when
Yeah,
they
they
were
cleaned
people were
up the
complaining
post.
about his flight? So maybe they will adjust this scene if they can, or maybe I'll be so into the movie that I won't really notice. It's just a human being who's painted his face like Sting.
I think they cleaned it up in post. I think
Maybe
so.
I'm fine with it though.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt it, but it ain't pushing it over the top just because Lobo's in the, you know.
Good
Yeah.
marketing though. Jason Momoa is a star, so to see him act all happy right before this little 30-second trailer, oh my god, I'm going to play the character. Like I love that for promotion reasons, because like that's why you get the big stars, so that they can do this. And sometimes they have pull, bro. People like them. You know that we all cried when the Dothraki died. We all cheered in Aquaman. And we hated him and despised him as Fast and Furious. And now, oh, here's our favorite actor, Jason Momoa. Yeah. Good timing, too, because he'll do Street Fighter. He'll be in people's, big movies, Street Fighter. So, yeah, he's... Shout out to that. That was a good casting.
What, Street Fighter or Lobo?
Lobo. One of the best castings. James Gunn's best casting would be Lobo for Jason Momoa. No?
I think...
More than David Cornsweat.
Mr. Terrific.
That's too old.
To who?
I say it's too old for the perfect casting. You don't get someone in their 40s to play a superhero.
I mean, but then that's kind of going against
If
what you
he's
just said.
going for the animated series version, he did very well with Rachel Brosnahan as Lois.
That's a good casting too.
Yep. That's a good one.
Better than Lobo though. Okay, Mr. Terrific, Lois Lane, Darius. Who's the best DCU casting?
I don't know yet. We've only had one DCU movie.
Peacemaker. It is. John Cena.
Batman.
I forgot John Cena's. I forgot Peacemaker existed.
That's all we got in the DCU.
That is DC. We've got, what is it? There's a.
Y'all should have a super chat, I think.
Oh yeah, I think there's two.
Several. We have several.
Let's jump into those.
I guess I'm doing them. Hold on. Here we go. Anyone.
I ain't did nothing to 'em, but I count this money and put my team on, got my whole clique standing.
Arthur Rose, appreciate the $2. Wonder Man was better than, what is that? Book Lady Agatha? Book Lady Agatha. Okay.
Why is she Book Lady? Is she a librarian?
Well, at least we got to see Agatha fight, use her power set.
That is true.
Go on an
It's kind of
adventure.
crucial to a superpower show, to a superhuman show. It is crucial.
Yeah. I go where I want, good. Play if you want, let's do it. I'm a young CEO, sure.
Yeah.
That's a weird one.
Where do I go to support Static? Buy from where? You don't got no comic book stores nowhere? Oh, damn.
Maybe he doesn't
Still
know.
already cut it up.
And if you don't know, the name of that comic was called DCKO. The Kids Are All Fight Special #1. This is what the cover of it looked like. And Static shows up in the second half of this comic book as a surprise. But if you want to know where to go to get it, like in person, just type local comic shop, and there's like a store locator that shows you where you can go. Depending on where you are in the world, you want to digitally buy it, you can purchase it there for the same price. And coming up on, someone just said it, but it's February 25 that they're going to do like the history of the DC universe, Dakota, and that will be covering Static and how canon he is and all that stuff. So that's coming in February. You can, is it too late to pre-order? Maybe it's not. It probably is though. but you can pre-order your comic books, and that way the shop will order exactly how much they need to be on the shelf, and sometimes they'll even put it aside on a box for you where you can, or a drawer where you can pull, and you can have like all your comic books. So be friendly with the comic shop owner and speak with them. Don't be afraid, don't be shy, don't think you're being a nuisance. They want to know how many people are going to be picking up a comic book. So in February 25, they have enough at the shop, and they don't sell out and tell customers, sorry, I didn't order enough because I didn't know how big it was going to be. Always pre-order.
Awesome.
Be vocal.
It's not too late to pre-order. You can pre-order before your cutoff date is February 2nd, so you have until then.
How did you know that?
Show.
You're not a comic head.
I know a lot of things that I just don't always share.
Dare say he drinks and knows things, man. He tried it.
Hey, thank you.
Next up.
You know it's hard out here for a pimp when he tryna get this money for the print.
Ooh. The 35 from Meister Geek Media. We appreciate you.
Very, very
What's
appreciative.
good, gents? Happy I caught the stream. Definitely. We happy you caught it too. For sure.
Yeah.
Come back again. Meister
Appreciate
Geek
that.
Media. We definitely appreciate you, dog.
Very generous.
Holy.
ZAR.
Okay.
You know what the ZAR stands for?
What's that?
Zamina mina, waka waka,
What the
I
hell is
still don't
that
get it,
from?
but I'm cool. I'm with it.
It's
All right.
from this song from a Cameroon artist who was appropriated during the 2010 World Cup by Shakira.
Oh, interesting.
Cameroonians got it.
My bad, Blue. Matt Reeves.
Another
Bats was
35.
fine, but it will depend on James Gunn's Batman. To the degree of how much does it make, or how much excitement there is for his Batman relative to Matt Reeves. Again, this is going to be a very interesting spot. We've never had one of these type of characters running two at a time. Same exact character, not like main character and derivative, but we've never had same exact mainstay character running consecutively. So this is new territory we're in here.
You know what, Jimmy? This is what Jimmy messed up at. Instead of announcing this writer, old girl, he should have came out and said, "Hey, I found my Batman."
Definitely should announce the Batman before we announce a lackluster writer from The Flash.
Hey, I got my Batman. My Batman is yada yada yada. That's the only way he can get the one up on the Matt Reeves. Like, I kind of agree with what you're saying, Mark. Matt Reeves is the barometer for what James Gunn can do with Batman. Matt Reeves' Batman is the barometer for what James Gunn can do with Batman. And I just leave it at that.
I used to hate that song.
First of all, 35 a piece for these, brother. We appreciate you.
Oh man, another one.
If you want to,
Very
you know what?
generous.
I won't even discourage you. Do what you can do, but I appreciate it.
Very
But
nice.
didn't Reeves not want to integrate? See, I heard it was the other way around. I heard it was Reeves not wanting to step into a grander scale storytelling model. So your guess is as good as mine, but I heard the other way around.
Reeves wanted to keep the realistic vibe and tone of his universe. He didn't want to he didn't want to have to try to explain that. I forget his exact quote, but he wanted to have to try to explain that with people flying around with superpowers and things like that. Because even with this next villain that we get, like when he does Mr. Freeze or people like that, they're not going to be the way that if he gets even that far. He said he wants to do 3 to 4 films. So if he even gets that far, they're not going to be the traditional way we've seen these villains. That's why I've always wondered, like, how do you, not that I don't think he'd touch a man bat, but how would you do a man bat, you know, in Matt Reeves' universe if you're not willing to go the weird route. So,
All right,
I don't think he wants to do that.
One more Meister Geek. One more. Hold on. Let's see. What haven't I done here?
Never take a damn thing slow. All I know is chase this dough and get money.
Hey.
Give me the face. All right, there we go. Happy birthday, Marks. I appreciate you. You know, I'm birthday twinning today with Blue. We out here on a real ninja holiday doing what we do.
Real ninja holiday.
We got one more super chat. One more.
Y'all rolling in the dough over here, man.
Doing the thing. Blue can't talk trash on something he didn't watch. That's reasonable, Blue. These guys throw dirt on Andor and never watched it. SMH is peak. Hey, Battery, keep going around telling the business. We gonna put you in jail.
I watched
the
Andor the first episode, and as the saying goes, first impressions are lasting impressions, and that first impression was awful. So,
Long as you watch that first, I don't like with me if you attempt to watch it and it didn't stay with you, that's good enough to make an assessment on it for me.
now I watched the Mothma episode
Mm.
in season 2, just because of that epic speech. But that's
So, yeah,
as far as my Andor reach goes. I choose Rogue One, where it began and stopped.
And chat right now are full of it because I know I don't, and I know when I'm with Darius, he doesn't. We don't just bring up Andor and let's shit on it for 10 minutes. You guys bring it up all the time.
That
And
is
what are we
true.
supposed to do? Ignore you?
Y'all do bring up Andor every
love
time.
Andor, huh?
And right now they're all like high-fiving each other.
Hold,
Yeah,
hold
guys, yeah.
on. There might be a super coming from I Am Two Fly Cam, the Andor protector. Yeah, you gotta watch out. No, Andor is it's great if you love it.
Oh man, that's funny.
I feel like Andor and Wonder Man fans have they got a Disney Plus fan page, and they loving their time.
No,
They
those
are
are the
loving their
paid
time right now.
agitators. Those
Paid
are the real paid agitators.
You said they crisis actors, and they talking about
That's for the real.
Oh, that's crazy.
Hey, but crisis actors for Wonder Man would be so fitting. It would be so fitting.
Yeah,
It would fit the show.
That'll be right up there. Yeah, right up that alleyway.
Thank you, Battery.
I think the only other
Thank you,
thing,
Meister Geek.
yeah, thank you for sure. I think the only other thing we had to talk about tonight, fellas, was the recast. I don't even know if we can call it new information because this feels like the same information. It's just that a certain crowd picked it up and decided to start passing around the information.
You gotta be kidding me.
It's not new information. Go ahead, Jill. What you're gonna say?
You predicted it. You said that I'm Two Fly is gonna come with a super, and
Oh, I
here's a
told you.
super.
That is the Andor protector.
You want to cue that up first or talk about Recast with Charlie first?
Cue it up. Cue this up. I like
Yeah,
this.
cue it up. Then.
$5 to say this. Okay. Make most out of your money. Andor has Emmys. What does Agatha have? Not even a season 2. And no, Vision show don't count.
Well, I don't know why we threw Vision show in there yet. We haven't seen it. Agatha, I agree, shouldn't have Emmys. But when it comes to, again, we talk about Andor every time you bring Andor up. Agatha has if they wanted to do a season 2, they could. Why would there be a season 3 with characters that are dead? They're
Season
going.
3 is Rogue One.
Yeah, there you go. They're going there. They die. We know their purpose. We know what they've done.
It's honestly impressive that they were able to get 2 seasons out of that concept. Like, this is the time in between when you know who Cassian Andor is and when he died. And they stretched that shit out for 2 seasons. That's impressive.
Now, I'm not, this is a safe space, so I can say what things I've thought. But with everything that's going on, and I don't want to get into that conversation. Let's escape the realism. But with everything that's going on with the thugs out here running the streets of Minnesota, and people
You mean
comparing
damage
it
control?
to people comparing it to the stuff with Andor, Mothma's speech, making the rounds again and things like that. I about turned it on and was like, let me watch Andor past episode 1 and see these comparisons, which I do believe are really there, because I mean, obviously, as we all know, Star Wars is politics cloaked in sci-fi. So yeah, but I'll give credit where credit's due on the writing. I'm sure the writing is brilliant. I just don't want to watch. I don't want my entire Star Wars to be political. There's a season of Clone Wars that is nothing but politics. Worst season they've got.
I agree wholeheartedly.
I get it. I get the politics, but it's just like, damn, why?
I don't think it's
More
the politics
senators?
inherently. I think it's how they chose to present it. I think they tried to present it in a very earthly, in terms of the content that they were dealing with, in terms of some of the subjects that they were trying to handle, right? Like, I think we've always had an idea of what the Empire was from the movies or even from Clone Wars. But the next level that they needed to take it to, like the next level of barbarism they needed to portray the Empire having, made it like inherently like Earth. It made it all too familiar to the tyrants that we know. Like they brought it too close to what happens in our world. And so while, yeah, it's inherently political, sure, absolutely. The concept of the rebels versus the Empire, it was always meant to be political in some way. They still found a way to make it extraterrestrial. They made it a skirmish that could happen in a land and with politics that we don't even understand. But Andor made it very human. They made it very like this is what's happening up the road from me type things.
And I see that point too, but I also, I guess I will say, that is a part of the Empire takeover that I do, in terms of watching it on the on sci-fi movie, the part of the Empire that I do like to see, because I like to not as far as like I get a joy out of it, but I like to see the effects of how it, like even in oh no, that was pre-Empire, but I like to see the effects of how the Empire is affect what they've done to the people, how they are affecting planet to planet. You know, Palpatine, if you did not bend the knee to him, then your planet was boom, bye bye. Look at Alderaan, Jeddah, Gorman in Andor. So I see that, but I also like the fact that they show and highlight how the common person outside of the Jedi perspective is being affected by the Empire. Because again, Mothma's speech is just great, man. It's great. The things she's saying, the genocide, and like I said, I didn't watch the show, but I'm assuming what they used the Death Star to blow up Gorman. Yeah, it's great. It's a great speech. It's powerful, and it speaks to how evil the Empire truly is, and I like that aspect of it.
Happy?
There you go. I am too fly. I complimented it, and I liked that aspect of it.
One more from Arthur Rose.
Hey, shooting. Made you look. You a slave to a page in my rhyme book. Getting big money. Playboy, your time's up.
What an Andor fans. What a Kennedy.
I'll watch Andor before BP2 or Thunder Feelings. But hold on now. You'll watch Andor and not watch Thunder Feelings? I feel like Andor and Thunder Feelings was made in the same little pocket of Marvel Studios. They wrote that up in the same spot.
I might just agree though. I thought Andor, I might look for an Easter egg here and there, look for a background, look for a okay, what's that name of that senator? Maybe he can appear in Ahsoka, but like Thunderbolts, destined D-listers.
Thunderbolts has way more impact on the furthering of its universe than Andor does. Andor, everybody dies.
Yep.
It's a dead end series. It's not going anywhere. Fuck who you watching. Forget
You're
who
right.
you're getting introduced to. They're all gonna die.
Yeah, I also don't care about the main characters of Thunderbolt, so it's just a matter of what do I like in the background more.
That's true. That's valid. That's valid.
Hey man, y'all gonna get off Walker. He was actually really funny and decent and
Didn't give a shit about him.
Thunderbolts. I liked him.
Didn't give a shit about him.
Can we do Black Panther now? No.
Yeah, sure.
I've been
Let's
trying to
go.
introduce
I
it.
think we have one more from Cam, and then we go into
That part, I just want the paper. That part.
You can read it.
Coming Around Darius. LOL. All love to you, Andor lovers as well. I wouldn't say I'm coming around, but like I said, there's things I like.
You haven't come. You haven't come. He's not saying you came around. It's just you're coming around.
Oh,
Okay. BP. Now, as Marcus started this is not new news. This is not as if this is groundbreaking or anything like that. I feel as if these scoopers have slow days. They look for things to shuffle out, and they're like, okay, this will get them going. BP. As if we already didn't know that Marvel met with a Aaron Pierre type person or Aaron Pierre himself to portray T'Challa. This is not new news. So when people were, and I saw people that are in our chat, love you all, retweeting it as if it was new news. And I'm like, guys, we know this.
we've been talking about this. Yeah.
I saw Tina did a video. She's like, I spoke about this, and she just played her old video right after.
Yeah, we waited shameless plug that, Tina, because we've talked about this. Has all been talked about. So, but in the sense of it, with it being all talked about, they did. This person, let me make sure I have this right. James Mack put this out an hour ago. I guess this is coming from him about BP, and we'll add this into everything. But it says, news time, Black Panther 3 reportedly feature aliens. It will also serve as a starting point for the cosmic arc of the MCU's next saga after Avengers Secret Wars.
Wow. What does that mean? Intergalactic Empire?
That better mean they beamed him up there and that was a scroll and he's alive. And that maybe that's how they do that. And he's been up there fighting some intergalactic shit for Wakanda, and that's why we ain't seen him.
They really could clean this up, man. Like, obviously something's going on with Doom and collecting all the, the remnants of the Avengers together to try to save another incursion. So if all of that shit is happening and really he's, trying to get all of them into one spot so he can take them all out at one time, why not have it in the back of him? Okay, we could clean up some more of this phase 5 shit and say that he was in play with T'Challa, like he needed T'Challa out of the way from the 616 universe or whatever our universe is. We needed him gone. We needed him incapacitated at very least, right? Like, use this culminating event as a way to purge yourself of the mistakes that you've made. Use it. They absolutely could. We could, like you said, scroll in the coffin. We could get the real, true blue, genuine article right back. Don't hit me with that. Oh, but he doesn't look like Chadwick. Don Cheadle, get over it. Build a bridge. God damn it, this is happening. You know what I mean? We are no longer in the position of being deal with it. You just got to take what Ryan Coogler and company can. Hogwash. Get out of here with that. I don't even think we are in a minority position of wanting the true blue genuine article anymore. So let's just stop playing the games. Give the audience what they want. We're not subverting expectations anymore. Let's get to it.
You know how diabolical I am? I want them to do the T'Child and just make $13. I really want them to fail at it.
I don't think it'll get that far. I don't think it'll get that far. I think it's as loud as it could possibly have ever been who they want. People are asking about who's going to be the next Black Panther. I want to throw my hat in and be the next T'Challa. Hey, Ryan, who's going to be the next T'Challa? Hey, Damson, we heard you're going to be the next Black Panther. We heard you're going to be the next T'Challa. We heard you're going to be gracing the scene. Nobody's talking about Toussaint.
Nah.
Nobody.
And
Nobody's
even-
like, hey, I remember Wakanda Forever, and that little boy was supposed to be next up. Nobody's talking about that.
A lot of the posts today and this week talking about it will say, "Did you know Damson Idris met with Marvel to become Black Panther?" They don't actually like say the word T'Challa, which is interesting to me. But then in the comments, everyone's talking about T'Challa. In the
T'Challa,
replies, under everything, always this video, under like every time it's being talked about, there's a lot of people who just say it's got to be T'Challa, it can't be Toussaint. No T'Child, got to be T'Challa. Like that, like it's permeating. I feel like it's not. It's more than just the names we know, like Andre Ware, like Buckmeister. Like there's a lot of people who are adopting this. Well, the conversation's got to be on T'Challa, even when the news only says Black Panther.
When Pops, yeah,
And
I
when
was
I
I was going even beyond you because the interviewers, right? The interviewers are not cognizant enough to connect Damson potentially to that child. I don't think that's where the people who are getting the questions asked to Ryan and company right now about Black Panther, they're thinking about the next Black Panther.
Yeah.
Now that sounds ambiguous, but it for sure as hell is not Lil Boy and Haiti being raised by Nakia. That's not who they thinking about.
I believe so. I believe it's implied that they're talking about actual T'Challa. So we'll get there
Yeah.
though. Well, the closer we get to he's done probably doing his Sinners pre-Oscars interview circuit. You know, he's not done. I think he's done. No.
Nah,
What's next?
Oscars ain't happy. They still got to do the Oscars and all that.
When's Oscars is next weekend? When is the 200th
Oscars-
Academy
Oscars
Award?
Grammys is first,
Uh,
then Oscars.
Oh, we're still a bit away then. Okay,
Yeah.
forget it. I'm wrong. He'll still do a little bit more interviews with who? I don't know. He did the Josh Horowitz interview. It's up to Charlemagne. It's up to you. Charlemagne the Inhuman. It's up to you.
Yeah, Oscars in March. Yeah. So he's
I thought it was
still,
February.
No, that's the Grammys is February. It's Grammys, Super Bowl, Oscars. That's what it is.
Okay.
But
Back to the T'Child thing though.
yeah, I'm laughing at y'all having the and I think y'all are right. I do think y'all are right. But Feige went and got Yahya Abdul-Mateen.
The second.
He went and got him to play this character. And that's all I got to say on everything that y'all just talked about. Every comment that y'all just talked about when it comes to Black Panther. Feige called Yahya.
What do you think, Blue? You don't think they're going to? You don't think he's playing T'Challa?
No, I think Toussaint is on the table for Coogler.
Well, he's going nowhere.
Yeah,
I don't think that the
Toussaint's
kids.
on
The
table.
kids
No,
not.
he
The
can
kids
be
not.
there, but why he can't be there and we
Yeah,
get
the
what we
kids.
want?
The kid's not
Double
going in. The kid's not going anywhere. But I will say, I am a bit more than I have been in the past.
Optimistic.
How 2 years I've been talking about. They're not. I'm a bit more optimistic that T'Challa himself actually might be on the table with Toussaint.
Goddamn. Hey, let's go.
A variant. I mean, I can see maybe them. I just think
Everybody out here adopting babies, Blue. Thor got him adopted baby. Steve went back in time and created some kids that wasn't even supposed to be there, causing incursions. Why we can't get a Black Panther daddy for this poor childless Black Panther? Or go get
That's
his
not-
actual daddy. Go get
that's
his
not
real life
Coogler's
true blue father.
MO. Coogler is a divider. He is a subtractor. He is not he doesn't do addition.
That's why
None
we
of
have
his
to
movies
give him.
is addition.
That's why we got to give him the pieces before he even get done with Black Panther 3 script. We got to put the pieces in place for him to deal with it. So he got to deal with it. You got to put it in front of his face and make him right around what we did in Doomsday. That's the only chance.
I think the slight chance that y'all have of him coming back as a variant, I do think that he can come back as a variant. And then you kill. Now my thing would be the reverse. Let's do TJ and go all in on TJ, and they kill him and get him out of the way. And going forward, we get
No, it's gonna take too long. We don't got time for all of that. We ain't got
No, we
time for all of
don't.
that.
Think
We
about
don't
it.
got time for no more Diet Panther. We did Diet Panther in 2022. We don't want no more Diet Panther.
I need that character gone. Like, I don't need nothing from him. So if we can get Doom to come in and just obliterate TJ, get him out of there. Get him out of everybody's palette. Because right now, yes, people are saying Black Panther, people are saying T'Challa, but Marvel has already interchanged.
Yeah. I've said that. I've been said like that kid, no matter how you flip it, twist it, bop it, pull it, he's not going anywhere. that kid is not going anywhere. That kid is staying right here. But I do, like I said, I'm a bit more optimistic that T'Challa might be there with him. That kid is not getting incursion. He's not. He is staying because at the end of the day, yeah, I know.
They're gonna take their time to go to Haiti to pick him up before the world ends. We don't got time for that.
Yes, they will.
We don't have time for that.
It's a 3-hour movie, man. They going to get him. They going to get him.
No, look, everything's about to end right now. Get in the ship, or you're gonna be crushed up with everything else.
They going to get him. Matter of fact, we just talked about why they split the movie into two. It's so they can get him from Haiti. One of the movies is all about
No, they better save Cassie Lang. They better save the little dude that was working on the Iron Man suit with Iron Man and Iron Man 3. They better go get all of them then, since we just grabbing up randoms.
These were the other details here. Now these are coming from Majestic as well. They say Black Panther 3 rumors and details. Ryan Coogler's Black Panther 3 is set to begin filming June 15, 2026. Filming will take place in London. Remember, this also, I guess Damson is supposed to be in London around that time already. So maybe there's a correlation there. Says working title Shadows of Wakanda. I don't believe that part. Denzel Washington, but maybe it is. Denzel Washington has joined the cast. Rumored role Achebe or one of T'Challa's most disturbing enemies. One of T'Challa's most disturbing enemies. Another possibility, Bashanga, the first Black Panther. Then it says
that'd be a cool role.
Yeah, this is the film reportedly includes mutants such as Gentle, Storm, Mosaic, Manifold, and then it says
Wonder Man.
If there's Storm in here without T'Challa, I'm gonna throw up.
No Storm.
I'm gonna really throw up.
Oh, they did say Storm. I'm sorry.
It says Storm and Gentle. Yeah, I'm gonna throw the fuck up.
Well, no, it goes on to say there's a new Black Panther. Shuri remains one of the main characters. Wakanda becomes a refuge for mutants. The possibility of Kraven the Hunter appearing is not ruled out.
What the hell? There's a new Black Panther. What the fuck? What does that mean?
But then this is the last part here. T'Challa is said to be portrayed as a great political leader with possible connections to Charles Xavier.
But why would it say there's a new Black Panther and then later on it says,
then say T'Challa?
You would say the Black Panther returns or T'Challa returns, but you said there would be a new.
Wait. Hold on, wait, y'all. Hold on, wait. Are we being too space brained about this?
Yeah.
Because I feel like we just did this with Jeff Snyder, where we was trying to pick apart his words, and he's not in the same mindset we are. Is the person writing this article, this scoop, even in the same, whoever gave this information, thinking about the intricacies between what it could be and what it is, like we are? They may be just making Black Panther and T'Challa synonymous as it should be, because that's the Black Panther that they know. Or like we are theorizing, it could be, little Toussaint aged up.
I'm not letting up. I'm going to continue with the advocacy of why T'Challa is not T'Challa and why T'Challa is not Toussaint and why Nakia had a fling with Simon Williams. And that's the byproduct of that kid. That's a new one. I'm going to continue no matter what this scoop says. Like, no matter how wrong people use the word Black Panther or use the word T'Challa when they're talking about the bastard, I'm going to continue talking about it and keep going. And I encourage you all to do the same thing.
Are there time travel aspects to Doomsday that have been leaked? Have we heard anything that has anything to do with time travel?
I'm stepping away from that one.
Because how else do we get to a grown actualized Toussaint in the body of Damson Idris?
When when I don't remember what was it, a couple weeks ago or whenever there was a big surge when Andre was fighting for his life on Twitter with the recast, anti-recasters. They were all saying, duh, it's the kid, or duh, it's, did you not watch? And I'm thinking to myself, okay, so explain this to me narratively. How the fuck did we see him at 6 and then all of a sudden he's 20 something? So where did time jump from BP3 or BP2 to where we are now? Time hasn't jumped that much. We know that from all the other characters.
But that can't be where I hang my gripes at, because it's a science fiction and they can explain that in a simple explanation. So I'm not going to think about like
yeah, but no.
But you have to have logic. You have to have, even though it's science fiction, you still have to have.
Yeah, you still have to have logic, because if I'm looking at the same little girl from Thor: Love and Thunder that I watched in what 20? When did that come out? I ain't thought about that little girl. I ain't even remember.
21.
21,
yeah,
22.
forgot all about her
Something
till
like that.
the Thor trailer, to the Thor story. Forgot all about her. Forgot she even existed. So if she's still a child and all that kind of stuff,
Where the fuck did we come from with a Tucson? Yeah.
there's no way
quantum realm.
Tucson is 20 something years old. Now, how time is going to work post Secret Wars, I don't know.
Now I got a theory that might help chill out, give him some bail. Black Panther 2, with your theory about them just explaining it away, Chill, I'm helping you out. Black Panther 2, no Avenger or anybody showed up, gave a damn about T'Challa.
Not a fucking one. Not nobody.
Not one. Fantastic Four was done in a pocket universe. BP2 was done in a pocket universe. That's the only thing I can say that would help with the.
How the fuck did we get there though? How did we get to the point where
did we get
all of Wakanda is in a pocket universe for somehow?
That world is in a pocket universe. So that Earth, that Wakanda, that T'Challa passed in is in a pocket universe. That's the
or
only
maybe you remember at the beginning of Loki's finale, where we see that ship go from one black hole to another, another. Maybe that plays a role, because Wakanda Forever came out after Loki's finale, correct? Yes.
Yeah, and Loki doing what he did had to have some sort of effect on the timeline. I think we saw it. Like that's what they were trying to represent, is that he affected the great timeline somehow. So I mean, the opportunities are there. This comic book stuff. It's just the motivation.
And if you don't even want to do all that, at the end of the day, you have a whole Skrull invasion that you haven't addressed.
Oh, the
Skrulls were taking over political
just
leaders.
running around.
I mean, T'Challa at that time was not only protector and king of Wakanda, but he was also a political figure. So
they're not doing that.
I know they're not, but you don't have to do this.
That opportunity.
This big ass thing. You could do. Kevin
No, like
Davis,
Ryan
go home,
said,
Roger.
we had a chance to mourn in Wakanda Forever. So now we can get back to comic book stuff.
I don't think he done mourning.
Yeah, the comic book stuff will be. Oh, you know what? When Hope Summers needed to get older, didn't she like travel around with Cable, and then she came back to the regular time as an adult? Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, right, Marcus. We'll do comic books.
So somehow Tucson guy has the power of time travel that he uses to bounce around the timelines.
Tucson is really Bishop. He's really Bishop.
Man, shut up. Shut up. They would do something like that though. Combine Bishop's powers into Tucson. They would absolutely do some shit like that. I make him a mutant too.
I see the Damson Idris rumors. Oh, he might be in Secret Wars as more valid, especially coming off of the F1 movie. He's very well liked. He's doing good for himself, like Hollywood wise. This guy is probably in Secret Wars, and the matter is, do they keep him or does he fix everything and then he goes back to his home universe? Good luck, Shuri, with TJ.
Now, I can't remember if Tina said it was report that she had heard that from people that she knew. Tina, if you're in the chat, correct me. I don't think you are, though. If she had heard that from people or if this was a suspicion on her part. But I thought Damson, at the whole struggle with signing was he didn't want to be a one and done.
Yeah, he didn't want to be a one and done.
But
It's
and
yesterday's
so
price is not
that's
today's
encouraging.
price. Maybe he's not looking
Yeah,
at the
that's
Secret
encouraging.
Wars. Maybe he's looking at the Secret Wars thing as like, oh, that's the only way I get to play T'Challa. T'Challa. If I do Secret Wars, fine. I'll be there. I'll show up all unmasked. Oh my god, it's the Black Panther's T'Challa. And I'd stick around. I'd play real Black Panther longer if you guys offer me it, but they're offering him Toussaint, and he was gonna say no. Or they changed their mind. They've got 6 months until filming. When did you say filming was? In
They
July?
said June 15th.
In June, so it's 5 months. And maybe in June 15th, he'll be casted as actual T'Challa. No funny games. He's T'Challa.
Or the big letdown is he's just some random character in fucking in Doomsday.
Because I mean, literally every other black character we've been eyeballing to be playing these big towering figures. Think about all the stuff we were theorizing for Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah.
Like it has been a
I'm sick of him.
graveyard of misses and meaningless deaths of some of our greats. And so what encourages me is that he didn't want to be a throwaway character. Okay.
Right.
So now the only thing that I have to ask you about that is, what do you know about comic books? Right? Do you know enough to discern an actual throwaway character from a character that's going to be there throughout all these other different stories? How much do you actually know about this character that you're trying to play? Do you just
How much
know
is he
him
online and
from
watching?
Oh, I think he's chronically online.
And so, how many of the shorts?
Damson?
How many of the anti-child thing do you think Damson Idris has seen? Like, if Damson Idris is a youthful, young, always online, always scrolling.
How old is Damson?
24.
Is he in his 30s already? Damn.
No, yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
remember when he was in his 20s when this recast stuff started?
Because I'm trying to think of what he would have grown up watching. Because I don't think he would probably be into comic books themselves, but Disney was putting out
If
some
he's
good
chronically
Avengers stuff.
online, if he chronically online, he may not be into the anti-Toussaint stuff necessarily. If he wants to play this character and he's chronically online, he's seen Recast T'Challa about 1,000 times.
Yeah, most definitely. I think so.
I don't
definitely
see how
aware
he
of it.
gets over trying to be Black Panther and not being T'Challa. If he's holding out to be a mainstay character and he wants to play Black Panther, how do you do that without playing T'Challa? I don't know
How
we
good
even come
is
to that
Feige at gathering black actors and making them play things that they don't want to play? Or
Very
shouldn't
good. He's so good. Well, Yahya Abdul-Mateen just played some guy that split Wonder Man. He's Simon Williams trying to play Wonder Man. So
Kevin
he's
Feige
very
bats
good at that.
1,000 with miscasting black actors. He bats 1,000.
Shuri was a good casting.
What?
Shuri, Letitia Wright, she was a good casting.
Shuri should have been much bigger than than Letitia Wright. Should have
I
been
won't
a
argue with you.
warrior
I won't argue
princess.
Monica Rambeau with Teyana Paris. I like that one.
That was decent. That was a good one.
Where is she at? And did they do a good job with her?
Well, no,
And
but
that's
you was
what I
talking
mean
about
by
casting. You was talking about
like-
casting, though.
Yeah, but I'm also talking about as far as using it. Lawrence Fishburne as Bill Foster.
Terrible. Terrible. Hell, Sterling K. Brown as Njobu.
Sterling K.
You
Brown
couldn't
as-
find
Keep
an actual
going, bro.
relative of
As
T'Challa?
whoever. Right?
Who was the Sidewinder, or what was it called in Brave New
Yeah,
World?
Sidewinder.
Sidewinder ain't even.
Well, but with all due respect, what's Giancarlo Esposito supposed to play? He's like a 60-year-old.
I'm sick of him.
Alba
I'm
as,
sick of
Tom Dad.
Giancarlo Esposito. If he get out here in one more interview and say he wants to play Professor X, and
I don't-
Denzel
It's too
play
late,
X,
bro. It's
I don't-
too late. It's over. You in
Is
the
he actually
MCU
saying
now,
this,
bro.
or
It's
is it just-
over.
Right, it's over. Is he actually saying it, or is it just people putting that on him and keeping that alive?
He said
I'm
it
like-
at least once that I know
I
about
know
for
said it
sure.
once, but it seems like every week he's saying it. I'm with Darius. Like, he can't be saying this every week. Hey, y'all, I want to play. Like, and I think Denzel should be. He can't be saying this every week on the week.
Every week.
Yeah, he better not be, because no.
They
there
got to
you
be
go.
putting that on my man. Y'all quit putting that on my man.
Now, somebody that is saying it every damn week is Coleman Domingo. Now, I really want him to shut up. Man, I just want to play a villain, somebody that, that they don't. You don't really see
He
him.
could be Brother
Whatever he be
Voodoo.
saying. I'm like,
Sign
shut
him
up,
up.
shut up. No, he doesn't he's like he's like Giancarlo Esposito. You already have your MCU role, buddy. You are the animated Norman Osborn.
Is he?
You got your villain role.
But that doesn't stop him from being a live
doesn't.
action
He
villain.
live
It doesn't.
action. He want to
It
pimp
doesn't.
slap somebody in live action is what he wants to do.
It doesn't. But when did they let Jonathan Majors go? What was that?
2020.
When was this trial? December 2023.
3?
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So since 23, so for 3 years, Coleman Domingo has been talking about being a villain in the MCU. Buddy, you're beating a dead horse. I want you to stop. They clearly don't want you to be a villain right now. And when you did say that, they did answer the call. They said, sure, we got one for you. Norman Osborn, your
How
friendly
old is-
neighborhood Spider-Man. See you on set.
Maybe
just
he
wanted to
shows
stop
up
like
as Norman live action.
Which I wouldn't mind.
Nah.
I've seen that.
Nah, because
I
then
wouldn't
you
mind
have to
that.
make Harry black. And I don't got time for that, bro. Just
No, you
Just
don't.
do
You
the-
don't have to make
do the
Harry
shit.
black. You don't have to make
now
him black.
look, I had a theory some long ass time ago that they could cast Giancarlo Esposito as Norman and have him have like Ned be his nephew and not even do a Harry arc. Like his
I
uncle,
liked
Uncle Harry.
I
Or
you know
Uncle
what?
Norman.
Once I saw Giancarlo Esposito as Sidewinder, I think the want of him being in the MCU for me fizzled. I was like, I think I'm good.
That wasn't
Kinda
a
like-
good pick.
It wasn't, but it's kind of like Krasinski. After I saw him as Mr. Fantastic, I was like,
I was
but
fucking
I'm-
with John as Mr.
Yeah, I was
Fantastic.
fucking with it. But I wasn't mad at one Carlo Esposito as I wasn't mad at it. I think he could have been anybody. Like he, you know what I'm saying? Like his name could have just been Juan, and because that's how bad the movie was. You know what I'm saying? And it was so discombobulated and disjointed. But I wasn't mad at that. I'm mad that they didn't go all the way in with the Serpent Society. I think if they would have went all the way in with that, I think it probably would have changed their mind.
and the crazy thing is, you look at the concept art, because the concept art always comes out, later on. The
Later.
concept art, what this movie was on the drawings are 10 times what I would turn on Disney Plus. Looking at the drawings, you're going to have a better time than watching the movie.
Yeah,
because the what they were going to do, the Serpents, bro, that shit was dope. They actually
Should've
looked
kept
like the
Seth
Serpent
freaking
Society.
Rollins.
Yeah, they
Marvel.
weren't just
The drawings are better.
because Juan Carlo Esposito as Sidewinder looked like he was at Indiana Jones. He just looked like, I was like, and if you don't know what Sidewinder looks like, Google that, and you like what? No, very different. So they strayed very far.
Well, they got no problems with casting anymore, right? That's why Aaron Pierre was considered for Black Panther. Just
Now,
makes
do we
sense.
think that Aaron Pierre was actually considered, or Aaron Pierre type was considered? Do we think that Marvel Studios, and if they did, then Lord have mercy.
I think they talked to Aaron Pierre.
Then that's crazy.
How does one go about telling Kevin Feige and Sarah Haley Finn, no, someone who looks that way isn't eligible to play T'Challa?
So
Well,
I guess
obviously,
then
you have to
I
be Chadwick
Any
Boseman.
Wakandan.
You got to be Chadwick Boseman, because Chadwick Boseman was the one that was able to get them to not have an African country that has never seen a colonizer not be speaking in like
British
European
accent.
medieval style, speak.
Mm.
It took a lead actor with a set to actually stand up and be like, "Hey, this don't make no fucking sense,"
But
in so
if
many words.
But if they don't know that, to add to Marcus's point, if they don't know that about Chadwick Boseman, then it spits on their whole spiel for the last 5 years of we were close to Chad, we're honoring Chad, and this and this and that.
It was not close to Chad.
I know they weren't. I know they weren't. But the
He
whole
let it slip. Matter of fact, in the interview he did, I forgot what yeah, he let it all slip. They weren't close at all. But
yeah, I know they weren't. I know they weren't. That's why none of them knew that the man was sick. The person that may have been the closest with them out of that entire cast was probably Michael B. And the only reason I say that is because in the most recent, I don't consider Michael B. Jordan to be an actor, or well, obviously he's an actor, but I don't think he's faking and shaking when it comes to that stuff. The interview he did most recently, where he get choked up talking about him, they asked him a question about him, and he was kind of choking up on just talk. That felt real. That felt real. That felt like real emotion.
They worked on the same soap opera together. I think Chad took over for him, or he took over for Chad.
Yeah, they were never together. He was.
No, I know they weren't together. I'm just saying. So that's the same. They working in the same circle. Do you know what I'm saying? I never thought that cast was close. I always looked at it like a job. Angela Bassett was doing 5 different films while doing Black Panther stuff. You know what I'm saying? Letitia Wright does Black Panther. No, she only does. What did she do?
She had that movie. She had a couple movies. She had the movie where she was like a twin or some shit.
Yeah,
and then she did the movie with Gal Gadot, the Oriental Express. No champagne.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that movie.
Yeah, she was in a few things.
That's right. Yeah. But
Aaron Pierre has been in Rebel Ridge.
But that's still just crazy. And the reason I say all that, what we all just said, is because if you were as close to Chad as you say you were close to Chad, blah, blah, blah. We know they weren't. But if you were as close as you were to him as you say you weren't, you already knew he had to advocate for them not speaking with British accents and a few other things when it came to Black Panther, then you would know that why in the fuck would we be pulling somebody that is and to the people on Twitter, there was somebody on Twitter that said, so a light-skinned brother can't play T'Challa, but a black man can play 007. He said, whatever black folks are drinking, I want some. Brother, I just put the Raven Simone video of her laughing, eating that muffin, because if you don't understand it, then wow. So yeah, no, how you pull somebody like Aaron Pierre in, green eyes, light-skinned brother, and be like, T'Challa, man, yes, we need you to play T'Challa. That would be insane. That'd be insane.
Yeah, it's beer people with green eyes on the equator, all over the place, light skin, just like that.
I just think they look at marketability, and then
they have umbrellas. They have a lot of things that make skin like lighter. Right? So there's like a generation.
Okay, if we're going that far from the mold of T'Challa, then we better do it with Tony. Then Tony better look like a bum, fat, balding. Look nothing like he should look.
Oh no, they don't. Come on.
Not for their characters now. Not their characters.
No.
I think you enter the mindset of these people.
Because to them, black is black. To them, black is black.
Yeah, what are you talking about? He's black. He's black.
He's black.
Whatever.
What do you mean? He's black. T'Challa.
That is why accounts like My Time to Shine, Hello, and some of those others, every time a black, like, okay, here's a perfect example. Nobody knew who I'm not gonna pretend like I knew his name either. I knew him from other projects, but I didn't know his name. Nobody knew the brother Hallen from It until
Dick Halloran.
Dick Halloran. Nobody knew him until
the character or the actor.
The actor.
Oh,
nobody knew who he was until It. Now I didn't know his name, still don't know his brother's name, but I know him from other projects. Most notable one, 12 Years a Slave. He was one of the slaves in the film.
Cadillac Records. Yeah, I remember him in
Cadillac Records as well too. I remember him in that. However, everybody's now, because it's the new black face on the, because we all just, hey, you're black, you play him, you play. Everybody's like, hey, he can be Martian Manhunter. The same thing they did with Cynthia Erivo, because she did Great and Wicked. Hey, she can be Storm.
She can be Storm. I'll put a foot in somebody's ass.
That's the same. When that comes up, that's the same person who is putting that in Giancarlo Esposito's mouth about playing the X. It's gotta be, because I see that on the timeline every week. Every week.
I just like that one for different reasons. It's not like a skin issue. The Aaron Pierre skin issue is just open and shut case. There's no way.
No, I'll go ahead and say it, and it's not me trying. It's not being mean. No one up here is being mean or saying it. But when you think Aurora, there is a certain look that comes with that. No, I'm sorry.
You mean it's
There
not
is a certain
5'5"
look.
and bald and
It's not.
like
It's
certain
not. It's
sex
not
appeal.
Elphaba. It's
Yeah,
not
that is-
Elphaba. It's Aurora. So she's
also
got to
like
come
40.
in and look majestic and look like a goddess. And Cynthia, and again, this is not, and I'm not saying that she's not a good-looking woman, but she doesn't have the facial features to be Aurora Monroe.
She's not an ugly.
Yeah, keep it at the facial features right there. Let's keep
She
right up there.
is erasing herself like week by week.
how about to say,
whatever-
fam? She's small. Like she is.
Yeah, but
puny.
whatever she's doing, she won't be there to play Storm. Like she won't be there. Like
Aaron got 2 black parents, but he's not African. Look up T'Challa. So none of us here are coming at Aaron Pierre's status as a black man or anything insulting or anything like that. Looking
No,
at his
not
family
at
or
all.
nothing. But the
I don't think
character of
it's influencing.
T'Challa has a level of melanin in his skin, and Wakandans in general do, which can only happen without the European interference known as colonization or just breeding in general. There's no one in Wakanda who can be that light. It's impossible. But even before that, if we're just talking about
Truly.
comic books, a comic book character has been depicted with a certain way, with a certain art style, no matter what the reason is. And that is with a dark level 80 or higher melanin for T'Challa. Aaron Pierre is not level 80 melanin levels. He's not eligible to play the character. Same thing that would apply for Jon Stewart. I don't think he should ever have been cast for Jon Stewart. He does not look like the character. And looking like the character is a prerequisite to play the character. Skin covers 90% of your body. That's like the most significant marker of or identifier. And for that reason, I support Aaron Pierre getting jobs in Hollywood, leading roles. I support creating new characters who are of that lighter hue and putting more emphasis on them and focusing on that. I don't support Aaron Pierre playing a character he doesn't look like. Lawrence said albino was a thing.
Sorry? We got the hella super chats. I was gonna say we got the hella super chats. Kind of been lacking a little bit.
Aaron Pierre as T'Challa is diabolical. Laugh out loud.
Perfect timing.
It's good. Like, you know, sometimes we say they watch. I always say that these guys are watching. Here, that was historically why no one can look that light in Wakanda. But just in general, the characters have a certain look. Let's make them look like that, and let's have a consistent depiction of what T'Challa is, and not be screwing around with it. Especially like giving him a T'Child and saying that's T'Challa now. Yeah. Aaron Pierre can't play him. Hey, did you see Scotty Barnes on Monday Night Raw?
No.
Oh,
yes, I did. Yeah, in the crowd. Yes, I did.
Yeah, you see what Xavier Woods was saying to him? Some people caught him chirping at him like, "Yo, you're tall for nothing. Yo, get in the ring. We'll whoop you." Like it was a little bit of trash talk that he had with him ringside.
Yeah, I'm kind of over the celebrities in wrestling right now. Like they got to get back to
this. Wasn't on the microphone market, Marcus. This was
they
like,
was dead ass. Like they was for real.
Yeah, they were waiting to be tagged in and just talking trash to the basketball player in ringside. It was funny.
Oh, okay. So like some off the script type stuff. It wasn't like Tyrese Halliburton. And
remember what happened with Kev on stage? They did the same thing to Kev on stage. They noticed that he was in the crowd and they just started talking to. Anyways, yeah,
started talking to him. Hey, Meister Geek Media, we definitely appreciate your contributions tonight. TJ must never see the screen, in my opinion. I wish it could be true, brother. I wish it could be true. He will be seen in some kind of capacity. Let's hope it's at least with a adult T'Challa, who is not him.
Yeah, if he's there with actual T'Challa, hey son, this is how we fed. Like this, like teaching him things like that.
The variants calling him son.
Yeah, why would he be calling him son?
Well, it doesn't need to be a variant.
The same reason why Thor over here babysitting Gordon's daughter.
We can revive T'Challa. We can say it was a scroll. There's so many ways T'Challa, the same one Chad played, can be
Eternity's daughter.
In an incursion.
But
in
I
an
would
incursion the whole universe dies and ceases existing.
Hold on,
And
hold
then
on.
when they fix everything, everyone who was dead gets to be alive again. Queen Mother could be alive again too. T'Chaka can be alive again too. At the end of the Secret Wars movie, they can fix things like that. So with that comes T'Challa back, and oh yo, you know what? I'm gonna father my son. Sorry, an adventure just started, and we don't see him for the rest of the movie. Or he appears in the movie as like a fun little, 5 or 6 scenes, really short, cute
Mr.
moments.
T'Challa,
I'm
no,
not
he
mad
had
at TJ. Must never see the screen.
Yeah, they
Yes, he
said they
knew.
made
They
T'Challa
said
the
he
reason
knew.
why they went to Haiti. He sent them away so that they would be safe, even though he was just in the afterlife yelling at his damn daddy for sending away Killmonger.
So more reason to bring back T'Challa so he could explain why he decided to do that. See, but TJ being on screen, I think don't talk yourself into a scenario where the enemies say, "What's wrong with her? What's wrong with him? He's nothing wrong with." Like it isn't him being on screen. It's him replacing T'Challa as the greatest black character in history of ever and being the substitute that impedes on, popularizing this character the way that Clark Kent got and Peter Parker.
Even with T'Challa, all right.
I'm just saying, make the message clearer so that there's no wiggle room for,
You
disruption.
can stand next to that little boy the same way all these random parental pairings is happening in this phase anyways. They got a whole
At
bunch of
least
randomness
Thor
happening
knows-
and they ain't supposed
At
to be
least
there.
Thor knows love, though. Thor knows love.
No, he don't know that girl. He don't know
don't
nothing
know
about
that
her,
girl.
Blue. He don't know her.
was
No,
there,
he don't.
Wasn't he there? He was there.
No, he did. Gore was going into Valhalla and he like, hey, look, can you take care of my daughter? Fam, we just fought to the death.
Hey,
Why you want me to watch her daughter? I don't know nothing about her. I don't know nothing about her. I know nothing about her.
You love that girl,
At least
man.
if I come back to this universe and I father the son that the self in this universe, could never father, I'm serving a purpose. What purpose is Thor serving babysitting baby Gore?
Same purpose, man. Same purpose. Is it not the same purpose?
No, because now I'm actually taking care of my kid. Maybe not the kid I actually produced, but the kid I produced in this
Same thing.
universe.
This ain't my baby, man. This ain't my kid. Okay, I'll take care. It's the
No.
same thing.
Because
DNA.
if they
probably
run
don't
their
even matter.
DNA, if they run their DNA, it's gonna come up the same. You can run Damson's
We
DNA
don't know that.
and Lil
Is the
Divine's
parent
DNA.
DNA the same?
Yeah, that's
You
what
sure?
a variant is. It's like
No,
a
it is.
clone.
No, it is not, Mark. Are we not even gonna go? So Sylvie and Loki are the same.
They got shit. No, they can't be.
Yeah, I
They
know.
only
I know.
female.
We're not finna go there. That's why I don't even like that variant shit. We good. Keep it moving.
Well, they fucked
He's
it up.
in.
Ain't nobody tell them to fuck that up. Then do that and make one of them a girl. Well, no, there's always been a female Loki.
The
There's always a
alligator
female
and the frog. Like, okay, all right.
Loki. Yeah.
I'm good.
And
The
keeping
black
it on
whale,
the
the black Loki. That DNA the same, right?
You said
You don't remember the black Loki, Darren?
yeah, I remember the black.
They call him Blokey. Arthur Rose, appreciate the 5. Why'd they drop the Blind Man trailer the same time as Wonder Man
Daredevil.
debut? Oh, the Blind Man trailer. I was about to say, who the hell is the Blind Man?
You know
MCU
Blind
is
Man
not
from issue
in
7, Journey to Mystery?
What a
any
shitty
non-white projects. They hate diversity clearly. Oh well, I mean,
No, don't do that, Arthur. Please do not pretend that Wonder Man is a black character. I will not approve that one. No, don't try to slide that in there, Arthur. That is a
Well,
Caucasian
no, hold
human
on.
being.
I think he's referring to the marketing push for all of the black-led series that have come out. This is similar to Ironheart, similar to who
I know
else
what
am
he's
I thinking about
referring
right
to.
now?
I get what he's trying to dig and tap in.
Twitter will tell you
Not for it.
Wonder Man had excellent advertising.
Darius, you didn't like the trailer? Daredevil?
No, I didn't. I thought it was.
I thought it was pretty good.
I didn't care for it.
I thought
But then
it was good.
again, I don't. I mean, I'm sure I'll watch Daredevil. I checked out of season 1. We'll see where I am with season 2.
I ain't mad at you on that. I ain't
Yeah.
like season 1.
You know,
But I
Season
did
1 was underwhelming. There was a lot more they probably could have done with that series, especially since they paid so much attention to it. Like that was the one that Kevin was very forward about being involved with and keeping his eyes on it, and they reworked the entire series. It was 23 episodes before, then they took it, they ran it down to like 10. They did a lot of work in that series.
Marvel is back. He went and did that in the office. He was hyped about that. I believe that.
He just knew that was gonna hit. He just
Well,
knew.
with everybody's glowing Wonder Man reviews, they're saying it now. We're so back.
Dog, ain't nobody. Those are the critics.
Yeah,
Like when we start seeing how Wonder Man didn't chart, when we start talking about how many subscribers they didn't gain off of this series, then it'll become clear. A lot of the Disney Plus series have high ratings on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, Miss Marvel being one of them didn't chart, didn't do nothing.
Well, that was a weekly release. This one has 8 episodes. There's so much hours of content. I'm sure it'll get the Nielsen charting. How much? Who knows? But I'm sure with 8 episodes,
They're gonna 3. And I'm being realistic. I think a lot of people. I think people heard about the Doorman episode. They probably watched that, right?
Boo.
But I don't think in succession, sitting down, binging it, and watching it, I don't see how if you're not into it. Let me say it like that. I think a regular person showing up I don't think they make it past 2 or 3.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Again, this is in. You might say some of you watching are probably gonna say, "Oh, Darius, you just didn't like it," so you're just saying that. I'm telling you right now, I go into every Marvel project wanting to like it. So I'm not going into every Marvel project like, "Oh, I'm gonna hate this." I'm going in wanting to like it. How I come out is how I come out. So when I came out of Wonder Man, actually, not even when I came out of Wonder Man, when watching the episodes, it was like I was, even with the episodes only being 30 minutes, I was like, damn, how much time is left on this? Can this episode end? What are we doing? We're dragging this out. Like, come on. I was more so thinking after, typical Marvel formula, maybe after the first 3, we're going to get into some action. We're going to get into some fighting. That never came. So
they used the budget on Daredevil.
Had to.
We gon' get hot tonight. That's right. Got trucks. All right. We gon' take a ride tonight.
Appreciate it. Geek Media 14. TJ, seeing the screen will be a disaster. Yes. Yeah. I mean, we hope not, but
I love when we don't call him.
We don't call his actual name. Oh, yeah, we don't call him. Yeah. No, it can't be confused.
We don't refer to this guy as the word that begins with T that they're trying to tell us he is. We say Tucson. We say to child. This one's TJ. Like I guess the T and the J stands for that, but we don't say those words. I feel wrong even saying right now. T'Challa Jr. I feel like that T'Challa-izes him. We use every word for him.
I call him Tank myself.
You call him what you call the bastard?
Tank.
Oh, Tank. I was gonna say, why you calling him a Tank?
No, that's what I'm calling him. Tank. T apostrophe
Tank.
A.
Like your tank. Like you need to go.
Toussaint is all I call him. Lawrence said, I call him the bastard. Shout out to you,
bastard. Yeah,
that's right, Lawrence.
Bp3
our children are bastards.
Nakia's son, or now Simon Williams' son. Now
Simon's son.
To ain't, I like that. To kid and to bastard.
See, stamina no Tank.
Spend a lot of money on my brand new guitar. Baby's got a habit, diamond rings, and Fendi sports bra.
You watch Jujutsu Kaisen? It's better than Naruto, in my opinion. No, sorry. Haven't seen that one. What's the Korean one with the guy with superpowers and he levels up? I saw that one.
The Korean one has superpowers.
Solo leveling. Yeah. They got 2 seasons worth. And I watch Boruto when it comes
my
back.
way through Black Clover.
Oh, that's a long one.
I started JJK, but like fingers. Yeah.
I think we got 2 more. I'm gonna stop damn clicking.
You just mad cause your ass is old, motherfucker. First thing you do is just pick up the phone.
Lethal interjection is in
nigga.
your home.
BP keeps his mask on and has no lines in Doomsday. That would be shit.
He gets
Wouldn't want
killed.
that.
They pull the mask back. It's Dumpton Idris
You mean like they did as zombies?
in and out of there.
Oh, they would. That's so on brand with them.
It is.
He
And they're
never
gonna do that
says
with Kang.
anything.
Yep. They're gonna do that with Kang also. I'm putting money on Doom's big intro or big scene is Counselor Kang's laid before him, one Kang left, and he's doing to Kang what he did to Thanos in the book.
Well, that that was a holographic projection at the little Doomsday party that they had. A lot of the clues from some of the things that we're seeing in trailers and things. Well, I don't want to say it like that, but a lot like some of the crew members also had those bags that eventually came out, the little tote bag with everybody's face on it. People were wearing the Magneto helmet. Not Magneto helmet. Sorry, they were wearing Cerebro, and I think Cerebro has something. They rumor wise, Doom is going to use Cerebro for something. I don't know. And then there was that I can find that holographic image of him pulling Kang's skull out.
Man, cause your ass is old, motherfucker.
Oh, motherfucker.
Let's pick up the phone.
Let's see.
Black Panther keeps his mask on and no lines in Doomsday or Secret Wars. Yeah, that's the thing. It's so I want to be happy with it. I want to be like, yes, Damsenders is being considered. Yes, he's having meetings, but they're gonna only use him for one movie, may even kill him, and then they're gonna say, "You guys at Recast T'Challa are always moving the goalpost. What? He was recast. What do you want? Oh my god, no! Now he's got to stay recasted and stays."
I'm gonna do this last one.
That part, I just want the paper. That part.
5 times.
5 times. I am Two Flight Cam. Coleman D is a villain. He's playing Joe Jackson soon.
Oh,
he is
you're
playing
right.
Joe Jackson. He is
Oh,
playing
I
Joe
love
Jackson.
it. Yeah, he got his villain role.
There's the villain you wanted to play right there.
That's crazy.
Coleman Domingo is a good actor. So him wanting to play a villain, I like to see it. I will see it in that Michael Jackson movie, but just not superpowered.
Now,
Maybe
Joe
they could use
Jackson
him
has powers.
Maybe a Lucas.
I don't know.
He said Joe has superpower.
I don't know. It might not be what we see with Marvel, but he has some superpowers. He did something.
He bred what, 6 stars? How many children did he have? The Jackson 5 and then Janet?
Nah, he had
It's like
There was
7
more?
or 8.
Jackson 5. It's like 8 of them.
Yeah.
What's the one who did the Playboy?
Latoya.
Latoya.
And then there's another sister who she had an act. Her song was dope. Michael wrote it. Centipede. Damn. The name of the song was called Centipede. Dope song. Michael wrote it, but it never like took off for some reason. So what we at now? Is that 7? Latoya.
The Jackson 5 plus Latoya
Janet,
and whoever
Latoya,
you're talking
and
about
then
right
there's
now.
another one.
It was Brenda,
That's 7.
Felicia.
Yep. 6 boys, 3 girls. Yep. So that's 9. 9 total of them.
Thank you,
Sheesh.
Dorian.
Yeah.
We had to go to showbiz because where was we gonna live if y'all didn't become millionaires? Like, what was we gonna do? How was I gonna feed y'all?
Yeah, Reba.
Coleman Domingo for Adam Brashear. I would love to see this.
I would. I absolutely would. I'm convinced that they will never tell that story, but I would absolutely love to see
Jeffrey
Coleman Domingo
Wright
pick
has
it up.
played a fire villain before. I would recommend y'all go watch Shaft with Samuel.
I was about to say
Jackson.
he has definitely played a great villain.
Yeah, he's played a great villain before.
Hey, yo, Shaft, huh? Were you pulling up to my spot, huh?
Mingo as the Prowler. That could work. I was Googling
Ooh,
Bop It when
Prowler
I
would
brought
be
it up.
great. Really good.
This is Egyptian cotton. See, yep, there it is.
Yeah.
That's
You
gonna
see
happen.
that. Yeah, I don't think they could do this arc without it happening. So you got to find him a Thanos variant somewhere and just slay him.
I don't think it's
No,
gonna
no,
be
no.
Thanos.
It's not Thanos. Thanos is on his side, apparently.
I don't think it's Thanos. I think they're getting the cabal together. I think you're gonna have Namor. He's gonna switch sides like in the books. He's gonna switch
So
sides.
who is this gonna be?
That's gonna
Kang.
be King.
Apparently, that right there is Kang
Ah,
from the
okay, I
Doomsday
see.
Party. That's what they were alluding to, I guess, at the Doomsday Party. They had several images up from the movie, and not from the movie, but I guess things that are happening in the movie, and this is one of them.
Yeah.
I recall the Jonathan Majors interview where he was casted, and we could tell by looking at him and looking at Megan Good. I think he's back off that interview.
Nah. Nope. I think what we were just talking about with T'Challa, I think because in reality, I don't have to cast anybody to play the Kang role. I get CGI the whole thing because there's a whole bunch of variants. I don't need nobody's face. It's a mask. We see the whole thing from the matter of fact, they probably like pan to this, and he's already done killed the last Kang, and now he's just holding the bones up. You see
And
what
then
I'm
he
saying?
gets into and he gives a speech, a big monologue about how
Right.
evil.
I don't even have to do anything with an actor whatsoever.
Yeah. Could be that.
Boo, they booing me. I just think that's the easiest way out for them. Them hiring Jonathan Majors back just to kill him. I think it'll be more backlash than just doing it this way.
What backlash? You paid to see the movie, and you paid to see boycotting is your backlash, everybody. And if you're not getting a boycott, is that what you mean by backlash? There'll be backlash, boycott. What backlash?
No.
Opinions, right? The people are gonna talk about how mean they are.
Yep.
Sure, that form of backlash will happen.
Well, bad press matters, Jill. Bad press matters. It matters. If that was the case, they would have just kept him on. You know what I'm saying? If bad press didn't matter, they would have kept him on.
I'll say this before we've hit everything. I'll have to watch this video. But last thing here, they put out, I guess this is also coming from Majestic. He said that Tremel Tillman is Bolivar Trask, since Homecoming Damage Control has shifted from cleaning up disasters to monitoring and preventing threats. In Ms. Marvel and Wonder Man, they are already pursuing mutants for what they might do.
I did hear that Sadie Sink signed a 3-picture deal or something like that, and that I guess she really is going to be Jean Grey, which really makes no sense to me. But why is Bolivar Trask working for Damage Control?
It's supposed to be no longer Damage Control. They've got it here, Trask Industries. Tremel Tillman is none other than Bolivar Trask, and Damage Control is a front. The government is secretly working with Trask Industries, which analyzes data and develops countermeasures.
That's what I thought Roxxon was doing. I thought Roxxon was behind Damage Control. And Roxxon has a lot more. It makes more sense for it to be Roxxon than it does for it to be Bolivar Trask. First of all, if Bolivar Trask is at a point where Trask Industries is already a thing, mutants should have already been established. There already should have been a mutants. Like his whole purpose is to stop out mutants.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even read like you already gonna have the damnedest time trying to convince us that it was mutants here all along. But then you totally skipping steps, inviting Bolivar Trask and Jean Grey into this thing.
Indeed.
Tremel Tillman, that'd be a race swap.
Yes, it would. I'd be upset with that.
You know this like inclusion standards thing that they put out is still being practiced, where every movie they do must have 50% or more of people in underrepresented groups, and regular reoccurring underrepresented secondary characters must be from underrepresented groups, and that's why they go Well, we want to do Ball over Trask. Oh no, but hold on, no, the numbers, boss. Not enough black. All right, just Tremel Tillman it is.
Maybe the albino guy wasn't enough black. He was playing he wasn't enough black.
He wasn't enough, right?
But
Wasn't enough.
it sucks of what it comes at the cost of, because those inclusion standards are, I mean, in principle, I understand why it's there, but if you're going to do race swaps, then you're defeating the purpose for why that's even there. Like, what are you really launching? You're not popularizing black characters. You're just hiring
That's
black
not
people
what
to play white
that
guys.
standard is for, though. That standard is not to popularize.
No, it's not. But it should be though. The
that's-
standard is there to look good
SOP
and fool the white liberals who will think this is such a progressive time we're in. It's not to create, it's to enact the change that I would like to see.
It's just SOP for
But
on
but
their-
watch Children of Blood and Bone in January. Go check out Alex Cross February 11th on Prime. We can check out Abbott Elementary every single week. We know that in A Different World, they're having a reboot. We can all check out Ianu if we want to see some excellence. Go watch the NBA. Just go support.
Go watch the NBA
what? Why are we watching the NBA?
for black content.
That's crazy. You gotta have like 4 or 5 different apps now just to watch the NBA, man. Like, it is great.
Oh, Royal Rumble on Saturday. Obafemi's about to win it. Yes, that's the last recommendation.
Well, you only got to watch one app to get back of the bus. We will be live on Sunday at 4:00 doing Dubs and L's and Behind the Cape. Come check us out, fellas. Let us know where they can find y'all so we can get the hell up out of here.
Blues House, man. I'll be back tomorrow doing some blues news for y'all, man. Happy birthday to Marcus. Got to shout him out. And also happy birthday to myself. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Blues House, Blues News, around 7:30. Come holler.
I will be live this week. Monday I'll be live.
I might do a video tomorrow about Static because he's significant. Virgil Hawkins back in the comic book shop.
Static, he's significant. Static, he's significant.
So if you are new here and you liked what you saw from any one of us, you can subscribe to us individually on our channels here. Back at the Bus with Marcus, Blues House for Blue, Chill Monger for Chill, and Planet Fanatics for myself. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. And we'll see all you guys in the very next video. Peace out.
Cue to Josh.
Hey, I've been watching y'all every single time on Thursday and Friday because I swear to God, y'all switch up every now and then. But rock out. I'm fucking with it. I'm out.
Thank you, Josh.
Appreciate it.
All right, dog.